on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Yeah.
The whole time I was bugging out, yo. I was like, this is crazy.
Yo.
Crazy. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hollywood, what's good, everybody, man? What's good, man? Shout out to everybody in the Podcraft world. This is welcome to the Killah Priest Podcraft. I'm your host, Killah Priest. I ain't Chic. You know what I mean? And to my left, the other the ADA Dizzle.
Yeah. Peace. What's good?
Y'all know him in the middle, Solo Gems.
Yo, what's good, y'all? How you doing?
Word. Shout out to Z. Z will be back with us in the pocket on Sunday. Yeah, indeed. Shout out to him. Shout out to everyone out there, all the mods, everybody that's in there on the Podcraft, what I call the oracles, and all everybody who's been with us from the beginning. That's been craft going and everything, man. Yo, first of all, I'd like to say this, man. Shout out to happy birthday to John Newsom. Happy belated birthday. I got on there yesterday to say a shout out to him. It's going to be a crazy weekend coming, and it was one that just left. Monumental for all time. Shout out to Knowledge Born. You did a great job, my brother. Shout out to Knowledge Born, holding it down. Dave Flores. I came on there for a little while. Let me put it in there. I came on a little while. Just see I'm letting the hair grow a little bit. You know, I wasn't going to show it just yet. Stranger in the building, man. He threw it. He says, peace to the craft men and everybody else here since the beginning, no doubt. We've been original craft men is in there, man. Stranger, man, straight up to him. Craftmen and Rocketeers, man. So, you know, that's in my Patreon, so I got a Rocketeer on there.
Right.
But let me tell y'all about this weekend. Let me tell you.
What happened?
What about last weekend? No, this week. So I go to New York. I'm in NY. Quick turnaround, quick show. I didn't get no sleep, nothing. You already know I was going there.
Right.
So the show was fantastic, man. Shout out to my man Full Moon. So as soon as I land, I get a call from Ghostface. Shout out to the great Ghostface. So Ghost is like, yo, are you in town? I said, yeah. He said, yo, I was gonna say, yo, come to the Apollo, because he had a show at the Apollo. At the same time, I had a show in Brooklyn.
Right.
So I'm like, I talk to my man. I say, I go, yo, let me go up here and do this show. I would do my verse with Ghost. I know Cap, everybody gonna be there in Harlem at the Apollo. So the time was kind of getting kind of thick, right. And at the same time, because I spoke to Ghost yesterday, man. Shout out to the brother. Where assalamu alaikum to him, and so the time was getting kind of like running down. Right. So I spoke to shout out to Wiggs. Spoke to Wiggs. That's his management group, best friend. Word. So I spoke to Wig. Wig was like, Priest, man, be up here early. Right. Be up here early. But the thing was coming from Brooklyn, and it was Saturday night. Traffic was off the hook. We didn't leave till late. Then it started raining, AD. You know what I mean? It started raining. Yeah, it started raining. So this is a crazy weekend, yo. So it started raining, and I was like, oh, man. So me, my man Full Moon, Ali Star, shout out to him, who else performed. I got a lot of Brooklyn. It was good to be back in Brooklyn. I was in the bush. You know what I mean? So what happened? Oh, so I'm in Thomas, because you got to build up the whole place, you know what I mean? Right. The whole putting everything together. Right. Selling shirts and all of that stuff and all that good stuff. So the time got kind of late. So, I judge wisely, like, anytime. You know, Clans on show, we do Fourth Chamber. Anytime Ghost is around, we do Fourth Chamber. Many people saw us do it. So I was like, this time I'm gonna take an L. I'm gonna miss out on this one because I can't make it. I can't be there and then do my man dirt. Shout out,
Right.
rest in peace to Darius, my nephew. You know what I'm saying? So that's his son. My dedication was to do that, and it was dedicated to go up there, but I couldn't make both spots. So I didn't make it. I went on live. I told everybody I was going to the Apollo.
Right.
And I'll be there, and we get back. Then it started raining, so I think I was just like, I'm going to read the signs. Nature, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get into it. And I said, nah. My boy was happy. He was like, yo, then thank you so much, because we got to go up there and come back. We're going to miss gonna miss one of them.
Right.
So I wound up staying, man. I didn't go to the Apollo. And, you know, we're going to do that tour. I mean, you know, we do that 1,000 times. Like, I used to get on the phone. I judge wisely. Nothing ever surprised me. To any family members, you know how that go.
Right.
Oh, so shout out to Sun C from Onyx. Shout out to Die Hard from the L Mob. The L Mob is a group that I love, dears to my heart. So shout out to L Mob. L Mob is a group from Brooklyn, right? Cousins to Onyx. And I started out like managing them almost. And Die Hard was always a spiritual MC. Dope, street, you know, makes the two. So I'm with them. I'm chilling, man. It's like family. You know, everybody we grow up, you know, and this is my best stop part, Gates Avenue. Shout out to Gates Avenue. So I'm walking through the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Because we just getting started.
Right.
And I see this one dude standing there. I hope he in the audience. It's Aurora Borealis.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I got to meet Aurora Borealis I ran into, man. I was tripping. He's like, yo, what up, Priest? He had his head, he had the do-rag, and just his head, face showing like this.
I can believe that.
Slim brother, man. But I tripped out, man. I was like, when we took a couple of pictures, like he got him or something like that. And I was like, Aurora, man. You know, it felt like family, bro. And I'm telling you, for everybody that's in the Podcraft universe, the Killah Priest universe, you know what I'm saying? We are all like a family thing. When this thing come together, because it's like I finally met my cousin. You know what I'm saying? My little nephew, something like that. So we kicked it a little while.
You guys send me the picture.
Yeah,
yeah, that's wild.
Shout out to my man. And I got another one. It's another treat.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Shout out to John Newsom. John Newsom showed up, of course, and he went also to because if it wasn't for John Newsom also saying Priest, because I thought the days was off. I thought that that the show, Ghost Show, was the day I got there, which was Friday night.
Okay.
And it was a messed up flight. It was crazy. 4 hour late. I mean, delays and all of that because of the weather or whatever. So it was crazy. But I kept my composure.
Right.
I didn't let it sway me. You know, I gotta get in my cut and things like that. So I'm looking at it like, wow, I'm going to miss a whole day to be back. Phone star ring. Versus Gustavo. Shout out to Gustavo. You know, everybody want to see you when you get back. And I was planning on getting to the studio when I went out there. Shout out to Jay Ronan. He'll be like, I got his message.
Okay.
Over there. So anyway, so I met Aurora Borealis.
Okay.
We walking around, we talking, and we kicking mad food and stuff in there. So it was like a good I like shows like that where it's intimate, and then mostly people that was there is really your fans and know your music and that was, you know, into you and stuff.
Right,
so
right.
People that you grew up with. And shout out to Snake. We had 60-second assassin. I call him 60-second assassin. He's all of our teachers, right? Right. So my man Snake, OG, and he was there, and it was like the gates just opened up. It was a beautiful thing, man. Seeing that brother, I haven't seen him in so long. And yeah, exactly. And some of Brooklyn Zoo was there. So anyway, I'm walking around. Cat walk up to me. Yo, what's up? What up, Priest?
Right.
Looking. Yeah, but he's mad. He's a little shorter than what I thought.
Right.
You know what I mean? Size don't make size. See, that shows you. Don't ever judge the book by a cover. Because I was like, yo, because that's the same thing when I first met Mobb Deep. Shout out to Mobb Deep, man. R.I.P. to Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? You know. So, like, looking at the face, yo, what up? Reborn, Rebizzle.
What's up?
Man, Reborn, Rebizzle.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I got to take a picture with him. Reborn, Rebizzle, I'll send it to you. He sent me a couple of them. But, you know, I can't take pictures all the time because I'm moving around.
Right.
And so they have a lot of the pictures, and a lot of pictures you can find on Facebook. I was taking a lot of pictures that night. You had the logo, the people that take the pictures. I forgot the brother name, but still. Shout out to you, my brother.
That's crazy.
Now. Shams, he said the most honorable. I like that. name. Let me see. Shout out to Nile Valley Wellness also.
Oh,
so anyway, shout out to Nile Valley Well. The sisters are doing some things up there. So, I meet Henri Bizzle.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you something, man. When the vibe is like magic. Like, you know, the brother came up there. It was so dope that I let the brother rock the stage.
Oh, that's love.
I wonder if he got that footage. So, Henri Bizzle got the rock on stage. John Newsom was a witness. He was there also. And Aurora Borealis, when he come in here. Tell you how I put it. It took 1 day. 1 day.
1 day?
One of these days, man. It took 1 day. It was like 1,000 years. 1 day was like 1,000 years. It was like we was just chilling, all of us, with Aurora. Yeah, some of the joints, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some of the spot. Where's that? Where you find that at, AD? You gotta let me know before you put it up so I can tell you what's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's when I first walked up. So it's like like an intimate spot. Hold on, but I'm trying to tell. Let's break it down before you. Can't be just showing the door.
I'm trying to do like a news broadcast where as you're talking.
Yeah. So yeah, that's up there because you know I walk out. You know that was Anita Baker. I don't know if we get in trouble for that, but you know that's one of my favorite songs, man. Shout out to Lil Da Vinci. I know you're gonna chop that up and do something with that.
Good talk.
So yeah, you can show some of it. You'll see me. Like an old Chevy. That's my man Ali Star. All right. Yeah. So if you can see, it was a magic atmosphere. That's me up there. We was a little, you know what I mean. That's my man joined on, but it was good though.
Right.
John Newsom got most of the footage, and so it was just a magic moment, man. We was up there. That's me doing. That's Reborn Rebizzle. Go ahead. Let me hear this. That's Sun C from Onyx. I remember. There's Reborn Rebizzle right there.
Oh,
that's
shoot. All right.
We're going to do a cypher. That's the guy in Brooklyn Zoo.
Sun C said, to my cousin, Old Dirty. Zartan is in the building.
Shout out to Zartan. Hold on.
Shout out to Buddha Mom. Holding it down.
Shout out to Buddha Mom.
Brooklyn Zoo is in the building.
Let me tell you, you see my hair right there, right? See that sweat right there. Yeah. I'm in the gym, y'all. I've been getting a little, you know what I mean? Wait till I finish my thing. You can take something down.
Fucking building. Yeah. Fam. Shout out to Birdhouse.
Oh, he about to perform.
Killah Priest is in the building. Full Moon is in the building.
So Full Moon is my brother. He's been running.
Onyx is in the fucking
That's the
building.
Onyx is in the building.
Mob is in the fucking building. We in the
Hey, because there's a lot of cursing, AD, could you take off the matter of fact, let's stop it for a minute. Word.
Right,
Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up.
Yeah. Everybody said, Straight said I look like a giant in a circle. They had no doubt.
Yo.
But yeah, so if you check it out, though, it was a crazy event. I just want to let y'all know a little bit that he rocked the house and it was dope. I want to, you know what I mean? That he really rocked the house. He tore it down that night. That night was like, I just got in and we had to do a quick turnaround. I had to leave 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's how that turned out, yo. Jesus,
that's fire.
Yeah, I was bigger than everybody. I know. It's like, I look like a giant in it. Exactly, yo. Yeah, man. It was like playing the corner like the juggernaut.
That's real talk.
Yeah. Shout out to Jody. I see you in the building. Yeah, we all adults. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Redwood. Yeah, man. But anyway, it was a night to remember. And a lot of people was up in there. It was good. Yeah, you saw me scream. Yeah, we did, yo, man. And he I want to edit it to his part and to show how he rocked the crowd. It was kind of dope. Yeah, but that's Sun C. So Sun C, we grew up together, me, him, and Jizza. And so I don't know if y'all know the group Divine Sounds. Yeah. Oh yeah. Brooklyn. They was the first group that like really blew up from my neighborhood, and then it was Dismasters, Small Time Hustler, and R.I.P. to Mike Ski. Mike Ski was like older than us, but it was like he's a dirty dude, like diss rap, diss and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So it was like I used to look up to how you go this place to this place and just destroy MCs. That's what I was introducing to, like, okay, you can use your talent to either battle somebody, pull out the sword, your technique, and do things like that. So that's how that went, man.
That's what's up.
Burning space, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we was little shiz. It was a good event, man.
Nah, yeah, it's what's up. You got a good time.
Yep.
You know? Oh, okay. Heard.
Yeah, that's Reborn, Rebezel. Yeah.
Love.
I look like a reggae artist right there, right? Like Tembo 10.
A Trini flag? It look like a Trini flag.
Huh?
It like Trini. It's a Trini flag?
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh, that brother right there. Yeah, he went on, man. He did his thing. I forgot his name, right, but he was. Yeah. He did. That's me, Reborn, Rebezel.
Real.
Yeah. That's me and Sun C. So we grew up, man. We like the Little Rascals, man, from back in the days. That's all the pictures. Yeah, that brother was dope. Me and John Newsom in the building. Happy birthday,
word. That's what's up.
Me and John Newsom.
That's what's up. Like professional pictures right there. Who took that picture?
I don't know.
That look professional right there.
So Birdhouse is the name of the guy to throw on his shirt. That snake in the back. That's Full Moon. Yeah. We always like grew up like, brother, that's Ali Star on the white. That's Full Moon's artist. They've been rolling for a little while. So check them out. That's me.
Yep.
Tats blazing. By the way, that shirt is too small, but I had to put it on. Because I represent, I feel like,
It looks like it fits pretty.
yeah, but the way, no, not the one over it, but it's like, the way I represent is like, if I'm going there and I'm doing a show for you, for the people, I'd rather wear what the people wear. It's like, I want to see what y'all got. And I threw it on, and it was real.
Right.
And it was like, that's how I want to be, man. Word. Shout out to Purpose, too, man. Tragic Allies. You know, we got something cooking, man. That I can't wait for what we got coming. My bag.
Nah, you good. That's fire.
Wait, hold them down real quick. I just see.
Z Solo, really?
Yeah.
Which one? Which one you want?
No, I know.
But you good. Nah, that's what's
too
up.
many of y'all. It's too many.
That's what's up, though. That's fire. Yeah, it seemed like, you had a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's real talk, I only had 2 days in New York, so I was like, that wasn't long enough for me. If I go back to New York, I gotta at least be there for more than like a week. Nah, it's fire though. It's good times. It's so Aurora Borealis. It's kind of crazy though.
The photos were taken by Jamar Jasper.
Oh, it's dope. That's dope. He killed that. That's professional shots right there.
And then we got video clips. We can.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Podcraft. Shout out to my sister. This is her birthday today.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to Lonnie, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Word.
Shout out to her. You know, but yeah, that's what's up. You know, shout out to John Newsom. You know, belated birthday. Oh no, it's his birthday today, right?
Oh, that's crazy. Him and your sister birthday 1 day apart.
Oh, 1 day apart.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's real talk. Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
love. It's love. Yeah, so shout out to them. We in tourist season now, right? All headed.
Yeah, I think Ghost's birthday is coming up. I think it's on the 9th. He got something coming up. So all my tourists,
That's right.
60-second assassin, I think it's passed already. 60-second assassin, prodigal son. I believe prodigal son, yeah, my man Dreddy Cougar. I gotta get back with that brother too, man. My brother. Yo, Priest, I'm dope. Drone pilot in NC, North Carolina. I get you some dope drone footage, visuals, no doubt, man. Come, holla at us afterwards, or you can go into the DM, or what's the other way they can contact us? Because you got a drone.
info@killerpriest.tv.
Yo, I have just to talk to you. I don't know why this sounding like this.
Oh, the
In my
shot?
ear is kind of like,
Is it too loud?
Nah, like a little shock.
yeah,
a little
it's like staticky.
A little staticky. Yeah, I hear it too. Hello.
Okay, that's probably in.
1, 2. Yeah, because I have a drone, yo. I have a drone that we can work with. I can work with you. I'll let you. You know what I mean? I'll let you rock the. I have a drone you could have.
Right.
Word. I don't know how to work a drone. I'm not a drone worker or a video guy like that, but I have one.
Yeah.
Whether it's
How's it
hot.
now?
Yeah, 1, 2. Yo. Nah, it's still like
You have a staticky?
yeah. This
You have it too solo?
Yeah, on the low. Yeah, I ain't gonna have that. But yeah, no, that's what's up.
you said you're a beast with it. Word. I got one for you, bro.
That's real. That's real.
How about now?
1, 2. Yo, nah. It's 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
It's the right ear, right?
Yeah. Yo. Yeah.
Because I'm not picking up. So it's definitely coming from your headphone.
Yo, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah.
How about
1 time.
Yeah.
My voice
Oh, it's a little lower now. Yeah, that's better.
Yo, 1,
Yeah.
2.
Is that better?
A little bit. Yeah, it's better. That's better. I can.
Vision.
Yeah.
First time.
Right.
How about now?
Yo, 1, 2. 1, 2. Nope. Still.
Just-
What about yours?
Yeah, a little.
Your stat-
Yeah.
Okay, check your connector because you know how you guys plugged back in.
Oh. Okay.
They just need to wiggle that.
Yeah, it sounds like a thunderstorm.
Yeah. Nah.
Still happening?
Yeah,
1. Yo. Okay.
Is that better?
A little bit better, yeah.
a little bit better.
Feel like
yeah.
it's, yeah, there you go again. Yeah, it's
Oh,
still
it's still there?
It's whenever we speak in the mic. Yeah.
It's gotta be.
1.
Gotta be a headphone.
Peace to Yaya. 777.
All right. Check. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. I mean, I think it's just the volume how we talk. But yeah, that's what's up though. That's good. I mean, we had a good time in New York. I wish I was out there. You know what I mean? But I'll be out there soon. Ooh, like a storm.
I think we found it.
It sounded like
Yo. All right.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, that's way better. Oh, there we go. We feel.
Yo, 1, 2. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
we
go.
were way
Okay.
better. Yeah.
What
that's-
was it?
It's the headphone amplifier.
Oh, there
Oh.
I have 2 of them,
Yeah.
Okay.
and the
Okay.
first one I have is getting a little old, so I might.
Okay.
No doubt. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Nakamati, man. Nakamati has reached 100K.
Hey.
The video, man. Thank you for that, Ken. Yo, thanks for all the love that y'all showing on Braxis 2. It's not even out yet, but the buzz is man, I'm loving the buzz, man. AD sound is good on iron. That's good. Good to know. Thank you for straight
Yeah,
man. Dame videos. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
So Dame Media Videos, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna write your name down. Make sure you get in touch with us, man. Yo, KP, what do you think about Thoth? Well, deities. We can get into that, man. I mean, right now we're just gonna take our time on that. I feel like Thoth is just like any other deity. You know what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with that, you got to take the attributes for it. I would like to break down an attribute for it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the green or the red tablets, red tablets. Everybody say the emerald tablets. What about the red sky tablets or the sun? You got to look at the universe and write books about the universe itself, where you got the sun, moon, and star, book of the stars. But that's another subject. We're gonna get into that, man. We're definitely touch on those things. But I like what you're saying. You have people that could get into that even more. But my take on it is just it's attributes of your higher self that you can take, but you can't go so far where it start eating on you. You know what I'm saying? Once you start separating yourself and you start losing yourself into whatever it is, then you can't let that happen where it start taking up. No, you got to remember that you visualize what you see inside your mind and creating it. It's just like certain thoughts that come past your mind every day. And certain things you got to let just pass. Because we get all type of thoughts every day. But when you start connecting to one of them and you start seeing that as you, then and you start, it's how you take it. It's like when they start talking to you and start telling you what to do, it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch out for that. And that's a very touchy subject. You start talking about deities. What about our everyday actions? You know, look at morals and things like that, because like we was building with the sister that was on here before. You got to look at how morals, how you move within yourself and morals. If you look at something that's higher than you and you're not moving in the right morals of yourself and putting those things in perspective, then you could be lost. Because the last I checked, everybody that I saw sitting on the throne, their family was together. They was good. I don't know how they got knocked off or anything, but I know when they took those pictures, they were sitting there with their children. They had a family, and that's what's first. So when you looking at that, you gotta connect with, yo, man, we gotta be family first, and we have to be able to be family. My man Strength, every time we say something, it's always deep. So I take it like if I look at the stone, I'm looking at the family. Priest, I'd be crazy if you made it. Jordan Maxwell, rest in peace, was out there, perfect. Yeah, for the Podcraft, yeah, that's something I would love to do. And like I told you, he's like probably one of my top favorite, because the way he was going, you got Manly P. Hall, but Jordan, incredible. He just talked. So it was amazing. The stories,
amazing.
Yeah, the way he break things down was on another level. So, never let it get to the point where it throws you off from good merits, good morals, self.
Right.
Because once you start entertaining that and celebrating yourself, with your good morals, or putting yourself in check, that way your ego can't. Because everyone has an ego, but it can't get caught up into your pride. You have to kind of like farm them.
Right.
That's a word. I mean, like farm them, where you can nurture yourself, and you'll be the shepherd, and nurture yourself into a good vibe where you can start connecting, and you'll start breaking things down on how you see it. Now I know you asked me how I see it, but that's how I do see it. So my third eye, I try to answer those questions. You can tap in. There's things that we can't control. We call them chemicals in the mind, and sometimes whether in balance or off balance, or however they tell you, you got to look at it like, man, how you registering, how you picking it up, how you see it. You know? Those things could be a good outcome on just your regular life, on putting up your wall of to do a list to make you your powerful list. Did that way.
Listen, got it.
Yeah.
Said I rest my case.
Yeah,
No, that's good though.
That's
That's
how I
good.
see
Yeah,
it.
that's very therapeutic. Mm-hmm.
Because you could go to Vedic to the walls, image walls, and you could say, man, days, what have we done? We got to start putting back into the universe and making those same pyramids. I got one called, I'm going to reveal it now. That's why I do the pyramid. Well, I'll put it together. It's come out right. Word, but so what have we done lately? We have to look into ourselves. Shout out to you. No doubt. No, that was a good question. Because the question starts about, it sparks the idea. The idea sparks, and you need light to see. So once you start sparking the idea, we can all start relating, and then we can start to see it clearly in the dark matter where it can light up, and we can have little visions of here and there. That little piece of bread is good for the soul, man. I'm talking about just a little bit of knowledge is so good for you. And it don't have to be so complicated. It can be simple as that. Because just the essential things in life, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness. You can have those. When you have those things, I found out, man, there's nothing better than peace. Health, peace. That's what you need. And that's what makes you sit down and be like, okay, now I'm at peace. I can think. To achieve in the afterworld or the achieving death is what you want in life. Be absolutely clear and just at peace up here, so you can create, build, and make things happen. But it takes work. It takes work. Just like that. Remember we was talking about that. When you working for something and you working to do something, that's the essential thing. No one can take that from you. When we did the $200, I like that. When I saw that on there, if a friend told you,
oh yeah, the question.
Yeah, the question.
That's a good question to ask right now.
Yeah, if a friend loans you $200 and you gamble or hit the lottery for $2 million, how much would you give that friend?
You asking me or you asking
asking
AD?
you.
I mean, you already kind of know what I said from before. Yeah, friend gives me $200 and I hit for $2 million. Then no, you said wait, say again.
If a friend gives you, if a friend gives you $200 and hits the lottery or gamble and get it, how much would you give them? Now,
so with that 200, you won $1 million.
$200 million.
Okay, 200 million.
200 million.
And did you tell him you were going to buy a ticket?
That's very important. Nope, because I didn't say the other part. The other part is a friend loans you $200.
Well, first thing I'll do is pay back the 200. Hey, thanks for that 200. There you go.
Yeah.
You good? Do you need to borrow 200? You know what I'm saying? See if he needs to borrow 200.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good. I got my own money. Okay. Hey, thanks for letting me borrow that money.
But do you loan when you loaned him? I mean, when he loaned it to you, are you obligated to give him any more?
No, but he'll get a hell of a good Christmas.
Now, what about the person who gave you?
That's what I'm saying.
No, the friend who gave you. I said loan.
Oh, I see.
There's two friends.
Two friends.
One loans you the 200. The other gives you the 200. How much would you get to give the person that gives you 200?
Ooh. So I would give him at least 3 times.
This was a survey online.
Remember that $200 you gave me? I just wanted to come back with you with 300%. And give you 600 because it ended up working out for me with my stuff. They're gonna be like, "Oh no, you don't gotta do that," and please, it's my pleasure. Give them 3 times, 3x.
She said, someone said, well, the person who loaned me, what would you say? Okay, you said 3x. Ken said I would give him I would give him 200K. Ooh,
damn.
the person that loaned you, that's cool because if it's your friend who gives you $200, You would have never got that.
Yeah,
But what? Let's talk about it.
you have to consider taxes. Because if you get 200,000, half of that should be reserved for taxes.
Deep thinking.
So you only have half of that, and then you have to consider the percentage. So you can
Let
give
me wear my
2%,
face.
2% of the net profit. So when you get 200,000, your net profit roughly, let's just say it's half that, just for the numbers. Say it's out of 200,000, you get 100,000 net profit. You give 2%, which is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I was just watching. Okay, so this is the loaner or the giver?
I would give something to the giver, some money. The loaner, I would just pay back. But it's depending on who's loaning it.
Exact. Well, I'm not gonna say that because Solomon got an answer too.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so you gotta know where I stand with this. I already broke this down from before. I said, yeah, if you give me $200, I feel obligated in my heart. Please give you $2 million. Because this is a friend. When we're talking about friends, right? So if it's my friend and he's giving me $200, I feel obligated. I'm gonna give him $2 million. You know what I mean? I'm well off, so he's well off.
And what you got to do though?
Look at what Graham Martin said. It's still crazy.
Remember, I got 200. I got 200 mil.
Yeah.
Not 200,000. I got 200 mil.
You would still have to have that person write an invoice for you, so they claim that as charity.
Which one, the loaner or the?
You gotta get a tax. If you give money like that, you gotta get a tax write-off
Well, yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I don't think MC Hammer did that.
Yeah.
MC Hammer gave away a lot of money, but if I don't
But
think
he
he
was
tracked
loaning.
it.
But if somebody loaned him, like if you loan and are you obligated? I loan you.
Now, if you loan me now,
Is it a family member?
now that's what I was gonna say. If you loan me now, that you getting that 200. You gonna get that 200. I might be generous. I might give you 300. But
Is it family though?
no, you talking about a friend.
Just a friend?
Yeah, just a friend. Could be a closest friend. Could be just an acquaintance. But that's a key. That's a very key thing. What you're saying. The relationship really matters based on.
Yeah.
So.
Because if it's a family member, they're getting hooked up because they're in your blood.
Okay, Wagi, this is what I'm saying. Shout out to Wagi. He said he doesn't understand this. I'm saying if a friend gives you 200, you take the 200, you gamble, or you what's the name? Are you obligated for the 2 million? I mean, 200,000. If you get the 200,000, how much would you give them? It's almost like the gorilla in a.
They don't need to know the amount.
Well,
if you win the lottery, you shouldn't tell anybody.
Well, you don't have to tell them. This is on you. This is your own merit.
On your own?
Yeah, this is all on your own.
Hook them up, get them something nice, get them a Rolex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hook them up with something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you don't have to give them a percentage.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think no.
Show love.
What you think? Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's the genuine answer. Like, you don't have to tell them the number. It's just that it's whatever you feel like you feel in your heart. It depends, like you said, it depends on that relationship you have with that person, right? So if it's my friend that's giving me 200, right? That friend, I'm already going to hook him up. It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna hook him up somehow. You know what I mean? Because he gave me the 200. The loaner, you gotta remember, the loaner is expecting me to pay them back. So I'll pay them back respectfully. Respectfully, I'll pay them back. But don't expect anything more than what I'm giving to the giver.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, here's the plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do. What if you don't get the 200,000?
Hmm?
I mean, the 200 million.
If I don't get the 200 million?
Yeah, you gotta pay that 200 back to the loaner.
Yeah, I will.
But the friend,
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
he gave it to you.
Right.
So you might, but we didn't look at that part because we looking at Owen and that we need to do so much. We put so much pressure on ourselves on doing a whole bunch of things that we won't have time. That's why a certain people or a certain they be blowing up because they don't be having all these problems. They deal with their own ecosystem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at it, man. Bank loans.
But,
yeah, shark loans. We just talked about that yesterday. Bank loan.
But
for your best friend. This was a survey. I didn't come up with this. This was a survey that was out there.
I like the point that you said. The I don't want to take it because you said it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to say it?
Yeah,
because you said it. Because but is the person that loans you the money really a friend?
That was right.
I didn't want to take it from you. You said that. You said that though.
That was good. That was good.
That's another good point. You know what I mean?
That was good.
Is that really your friend if they loan you? If they loan you money?
Down and out, AD, you need something. So, boom.
What?
I'm gonna loan you this money, but then you go to this other cat. Yes, Solomon got a point.
Yeah.
The other person says I'm gonna give it to you.
Because think about it. There's context there, right? If you're giving me money, right, that I never asked for. Let's put it like that for. What if I didn't even ask for it? He just gave me 200.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's something that, you never know. Friends, friends hook up.
Like it was a $200 gift card or something.
You never know what you never know. So, when you loan me money, it's like you expect me to pay you that back. You're going to always expect me to pay that 200 back. No matter if I hit big or not. You know what I mean? If I'm thriving for a business,
Right.
But yeah, it's like if I get that 200, and let's say I start my business or whatever money I make, right? If you loan, I'm obligated to give you that 200 back. You know what I mean? That 200, yes, it did help me, but I was always expected to pay that 200 back.
That's really not your friend.
Yeah.
If he was really your friend, AD, he would have gave it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people go through
context.
certain things, but because, all right, if you don't pay back the loaner, what happens? And then sometimes they can ask for interest. You know what I mean? So you're looking at it like, is it more smart of the loaner?
I think most people always want to pay back. Most people don't like to have to own money back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You just give somebody something.
Yeah, if you borrow something, you already feel obligated to pay back, and most people don't like to have it over their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you get that,
Oh no, man.
Yeah, don't owe nobody. Yeah,
it's considered a debt. You want to get all your debts covered before they find out that you're paid a lot of.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
You keep saying they found out. I was told it like, or they don't even know there's something that's.
But the moral thing is crazy. It's like, but the to me is the context. So that's why I'm saying the words really. That's why we was talking about. We was talking about the words, right?
Right.
The fact that I'm gonna pay you back. Don't get me wrong. If the person gave me $200, then I will feel obligated in my heart. No matter if I hit money or not, I will do my best to hook them up somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter if I won whatever money or whatever, I've just got them a good gift. I will get them back. You know what I mean? Because that's expected. They gave me them from the heart. It's the intentions that really matter. You gotta recognize the intention.
Right.
The loaner is intending me to pay them back. They know that no matter what, I'm gonna have to pay them back. The person that gives me it, now my heart, this is just my heart. My heart will be like, okay, this person gave me 200 when I don't know what's going on in their life. So I'm gonna be like, whenever, no matter where I'm at in life, I'm gonna try to do my best to be there for them or give them something that in return, if I can't, if it's not gonna be money, it could be something else.
Now, Sean Knight, that was dope, by the way. But Sean Knight, so pull it back down. Sean Knight says something that's more interesting. He says, what if he couldn't even afford it and still did it?
See, that even hits
the
even
plot
harder.
thickens now.
That hits even harder. Real talk. You know what I mean?
It still did it. Because if somebody's going to give you their last, you got to look at that. If somebody gives you, I heard something like somebody giving their last, give more than somebody else. It's like if somebody give you their last, then it's like, okay, this person is really, that's a blessing for them that's coming back.
Now you give me, I ain't gonna lie, if you give me your last as a real friend, I'm not taking it.
That's my second. I had that in my mind.
I was like,
yo, you killed it.
On some real stuff.
I had that in my mind, but just wait. As soon as you said that,
that is a real talk too. Like, if it really is your last, as a real friend, I can't take it. You know what I mean? That's just my heart. You know what I mean? I can't take it. Because remember, this is my friend. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like, yo, I can't take your last 200. Matter of fact, I'll hook you up. If you my closest friend, if you in my circle, I will give you something. You know what I mean? And I won't expect you to pay that back. Yeah, real talk.
Shout out to you, Goddess the Poet. Yeah, I remember your verse. Keep going, man. You dope. So someone might be so real they give you their last and you don't even know it. That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Come on. Sean Knight said, what about the stranger? What are we talking about here? That's what I'm talking about. Make it. Let's go, yo. Let's go, yeah.
Stranger's interesting.
You don't know what they got. Yeah, exactly.
Stranger's very interesting. I'm not going to lie.
They're doing a new plot twist or something like that, yeah.
That's a good little plot twist with a stranger. Strangers is a little different, I think. It really would depend on that moment, the social hour. So how old is that person? Who is that person in general? If I don't know them, then it's more like I probably go off the back and not accept it. Right? Off the back, because you don't know what people with their money, right? But like, I mean, I don't know. It could be if it's like one, like I ain't gonna lie. If like it's an old person, I tend to not accept. I would tend not to accept it. You know what I mean? If they're persistent, if they really persistent, and they really just I don't know what it is. They like my shirt. I don't know. I might think about it. You know what I mean? But like, if it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if it's like probably a person around my age, I probably wouldn't accept it. You know what I mean? I don't like handouts like that.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. You know, but if it's an older person, I try to teach them a natural respect. Like, nah, no, ma'am, no, sir. I mean, just kind of like, no, you can keep that.
But why would somebody just give you something?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the real talk. So it's like it would depend on how persistent they are. They'll give me that 200.
That's like hustlers out there, man. That's like hustlers. AD, play that you got to watch out for all this stuff that's going on, man. I mean, to not, like, in these times, you got to be real discerning. Very discerning. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, AD, play that clip. I just sent it to you.
Your lucky day. You're so lucky.
Take it back from the top.
You're full of luck. It's your lucky day. No. It's your lucky day. You're so lucky. You're full of luck. It's your lucky day.
No, it wasn't Sarah's lucky day. It was a setup for a classic $20 distraction scam. And by the time it was over, thousands had vanished from her bank account and her daughter's.
And this is the Ralph's I usually come to.
On Wednesday, April 16th, Sarah went to Ralph's grocery store on Satakoy Street and Louise Avenue in Van Nuys. As she was using her debit card to pay, a stranger approached her and said
that I dropped $20, and I said, no, I don't think I did. And I was putting my PIN into the machine, and he came much closer to me and was kind of pushing the $20 into my wallet. You need to back up. Back off.
It all happened in a matter of seconds. Sarah kept insisting.
And I'm like, no, this is yours. This isn't mine.
As Sarah walked back to her car, the same man, now joined by a woman, followed her, again insisting she take the $20. They continued to invade her space.
I knew it wasn't mine. The reason I was getting cash back was because all I had was a couple dollars.
Sarah left the parking lot feeling weird about the encounter. She checked her wallet to see if maybe they had taken any of her cash. They hadn't. But something else was missing.
My heart sank because my debit card wasn't there.
Within 30 minutes, the scammers made multiple withdrawals at Chase Bank several miles away. In total, nearly $5,000 was taken from Sarah's account and her daughter Jennifer's too, because their accounts are linked.
My money is gone and I had just gotten paid. You know, and I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money. I really don't. And what I make goes to the things I need, and we can't cover that right now. So it's hard to know that someone can take what you have so easily.
Jennifer filed a police report and shared the story online. She was stunned by the response.
So I just wanted to
One
show you
after
that.
another, people commented the same thing had happened to them or their loved ones.
It's a huge violation, and you know, I just feel, I mean, like I'm looking over my shoulder everywhere I go. It just is horrible.
Unfortunately, the description of the suspects is too vague and security footage has not yet been released. If you have been a victim of a similar scam...
That's wild, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a
so
snitch.
Wild. Now,
but it's like sleight of hand. You ever heard of something sleight of hand?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because I think I figured where the trick went. Like I said. Where the scheme went.
Now there is context in there, right? And I know they pride on the older woman, so that's clearly obvious, right?
Yeah.
There's context there, though. They trying to get her to open her wallet. That's already sus enough right there.
They're the ones that are targeted to get scammed, are the older generation.
Yeah, of course.
But that's by and look at it. That's by the government too. The scam and get the older women because they give back to society. Remember all of those commercials back in the days where they target the older people to give them, you know, time to shop. Grandma, you always see grandma. Even I saw an old commercial they were showing McDonald's, right? Old McDonald's commercial, AD, and it wasn't really real until grandma came. Or was it Kentucky Fried Chicken? They took grandma there. She like, what's this? They was all eating the food. They was looking at it like, this is gonna be the spot. Yeah. And she was ate it. She was like, So like she gave the acceptance and appreciation speech.
That sounds like a KFC.
Yeah, but you look at it, it's on a bigger scale because they be hitting us in the head or on big corporate levels, and they put out all these advertisement to get us to buy into their stuff, and it knocks off the old lady that used to cook. It knocks off all the small business dryers. It knocks off like look at that's not but a grandma. Look at Cracker Barrel. Yeah. Those nothing but grandma. And the church ladies that used to cook on Sundays, that's them now.
Yeah.
So they be doing scams on us 24/7, just like that.
Yeah.
That good old grandma. Yeah, exactly. You don't even see grandmas no more.
Yeah.
Too much. I mean, the new ones. The new ones is different. You know.
Yeah. Not real talk.
You barely see the striker, Dr. Strange gray hair going on. You know what I mean? So my grandma used to send money to all kinds of organizations. Yeah, thank you on that. They even had an episode on. They had an episode on South Park when they was talking to the old lady. Even they know. Hollywood know.
Yeah.
Hollywood knows that they talking to us on a big level. Watching our needs, our mood swing, just watching us, observing, and then they hit us in the head the same way. So we said whack a barrel. Yeah. But that's it. So there you go, Waka. Waka's on us now. He said, I love it. Yeah, man. Look at that on a bigger scale.
Right.
Scamming us. We don't even know. By big corporations. They're spiritually inclined. They know. They watch your movements and all that. Oh, what makes them tick? Oh, send some other little advertisement in there and change it up.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Constantly under mind control.
Yeah. Constant under mind control. And so when cats do those same things that they learn in this crazy country, in this crazy place, you know, because as soon as you throw out truth, it strikes people's nerves.
Yeah.
And they be ready to attack because they don't want to do that. They never heard that. You gotta look at, man, you have to be discerning now, man. We all do. I mean, sometimes we all fall victim to that. And it's like, okay, fast food, the bright lights, the spots, this is where to be. And what Homegirl says, we have to be content with being bored, learning a new thing. And I thought that was so deep when she said that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marcy. You know what I mean? And so it's like sitting it's like being meditative state. But we can't even look. How many of us can meditate now? It's so, and we talked about distractions before.
Yeah.
It's hard, yo.
Yeah. You gotta recognize it, you know what I mean? You gotta be happy with, like you said, she said, you gotta be happy with being bored. I mean, people want some type of validation or some type of quick, easy pleasure. So, you know, you gotta be able to like have some discipline yourself. You know what I mean? And the things that are most enjoyable is spending time with loved ones and connecting with them. But a lot of times we on the phone a lot and we don't really get to do all those type of things. You know what I mean? We don't really recognize like who really actually cares about and love with us because we don't have a good time. I think most people, most times, I think this is the biggest problem in the world nowadays, is actually having conversations. You know what I mean? And having layered conversations that actually go deeper. Because, you know, we always stick to the surface because, like I said, it's safe. But, you know, you got to really understand somebody, where they come from, you got to get deeper. But sometimes, you know, the truth hides in deeper. The truth is going to hide in the deeper conversation, right? So, but a lot of people like to hide themselves in a way. I'm not, you know, I understand because people build a lot of walls up, you know what I mean? Or like they're callous off their emotion. We kind of like overflooded a lot of feelings with logic. We don't actually get to like have to process and think and just have an open conversation. not everything is here to offend you, right? So that's the thing what I learned about people. Like people don't want to get offended, you know what I mean? Because their emotions are so high, but we don't actually give a process to think what the person's actually saying.
That's right. We get used to being comfortable, but the growth is in uncomfortability. It's like when you see the teacher and the master and their connection is like, damn, I didn't know that. They usually make them carry jugs of water, jugs of wine, whatever it is, jugs of rice. And before they even get to know how to become an artist at the first, they have to go through a training ground. So they're like, oh, when does it start? When can I learn the mantis style or the tiger style? Like, carry these first. First, you need discipline.
Right.
So it's like in the uncomfortability, you start learning, man, I can't just abruptly do things. I have to balance myself, patience, all these things, these attributes come. They were spoken of before, but these in the Kung Fu flicks, they show you, and in the anime and someone else, they show you with this fighting, because you fight every day, whether you know it. And we have to have this same type of discipline when we dealing with just average life. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we're making a move, you have to have that discipline within, you know? So it's like you're learning, when do we get to the fighting part? No, it's not all about that. It's about knowing when and what to do. Then you start to learn it. Then the master starts teaching you positions, forms, right? Forms. So forms, you start learning the forms before he show you the book from the before they show you the missing book from the southern chamber.
Right.
You know? And he always keep a book here though. Slid. So you have to go to the far north. You have to find that over there.
Right.
But, so it's a lot in it. The growth is in the uncomfortability. So when you start feeling uncomfortable with this, I know what I do, that's, you're growing. You're doing something different. Go ahead.
Yeah, in those moments of uncomfortability, you gotta learn to appreciate what you have, like in general. You know what I mean? What do you have? You know what I mean? The things that makes that because a lot of times we focus a lot on our pains and negativity, but what is positive in your life that you don't ever look at? Because you might think, oh man, why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? But like you don't ever really you got loved ones, you got people that care about you. Got connections that are real pure and heart, but we always like to focus on our own hurt. You know what I mean? But look at what you got. You know what I mean? Change your perspective. You know what I mean? People think that you think negative all the time. You think negative about things or whatever. Think about the things you do have, because they're here for a reason. You know what I mean? Everybody's loved in some way. You know what I mean? You just don't focus on that. You just focus on the negative, and you think society has to society, you think you have to go this route because this is what society has tricked you into. But you gotta appreciate what you do have. You got family, you got friends, you got loved ones, you got people that care about you, people that want to see you be the best version of yourself. But we always constantly focus on what makes us feel bad, and that's not right. Change your perspective. You gotta shift it. You know what I
mean? Thrill seeking, I think, is what it is. Because if you seeking a thrill, and most of the times we try to find it in pills now. They got it. You get down as opiates, like a dopamine, seeking a dopamine thrill. So because you want to feel good in this mad world. I like the way that Niles Bourne said that the Joker is because this whole place is a circus. So you have to focus on who's the Joker. Is he the bad card? I know in tarots, the Joker is not necessarily the bad card.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or the clown card. Or the death card is not representing that, because you're looking at it at a whole different level. See, you see one thing as you see it, but you don't see it on a deeper scale. Like you see the goat, and you automatically think Baphomet. But behind that is like, well, the goat meant something back then. It was very, it was helping during farming or whatever it did. And then you have the sheep, and then you have things that made sense for them back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to look at it on that level. So it's like we don't get to see all that.
Yeah. No, you're right. No.
About the zone, we about to blast off, y'all.
No, I have this philosophy. This life is infinite. You know what I mean?
Right.
So much things we tend to think small. We tend to think in our own vision, our own lane. But there's billions of lives that live every single day. You know what I mean? And we don't live those days. We don't live those lives. We don't know what that person goes through. We just make assumptions, or we just judge the book by the cover, but we never get the chance to read the chapters. And you got to learn how to think more open with a new perspective, with a new mindset. But a lot of people don't get that far because they might be just controlled in society. They might be impressed in their own thoughts. Like a lot of chains and shackles has been placed upon us, but most of it is just your mind. You think this is yourself, but it's really another person that might put it on you, or society, or So I just think most people gotta gotta release themselves from that. Understand that there's so much endless possibility.
Right, come down. Let me say, look. I add on right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you said change, right? You know how people say, I'm tied to this, or I'm married to that. It's we creating these things in our mind, and like you said, there's change without being chained now. They shackled your thoughts, put our thoughts in captivity, but we can't be free thinkers. And you think that it's wrong to be a free thinker now, to think outside the box. That I have to do what the normal thing that they said that they even lied about. You don't even know what's behind the box. Like I told you before in that movie, with the ant believed that the whole life, and his whole life existed in a tunnel. His whole world was in a tunnel, except the ant that was drunk that went outside and said, I see a place called Utopia. That's what he called it. But he was outside of the tunnel. And all the ants lived in a world that they created for themselves. For the queen. Right. The queen ant had it all going there, and it's to keep them going, but there's a bigger world on the outside. Look at us. They said we small as ants. We're just as small as ants towards the planets. If we look at it, it's like that. But if we look at it, it's like that. And to be a free thinker now is kind of hard because of distraction, and they put chains on our thoughts, and you can't even have but now is the time of information. I'm not saying that it's all death, because there's life in it. No, what we saying, right? There's life in it now. There is the what they never ate. So we have a chance to eat a knowledge and live forever.
Right.
And with this, because that's a trick on its own. Because energy never dies. Bro. So we have a chance to express and share this experience together. I used to break that down. Together. To get her.
Gather.
It was like to get her.
Oh, to get her? Together.
Together, exactly. Because once two to come together, there you go.
Right.
You pay it off. Then you make it a 3.
It's okay.
Then you make it a 4. Yeah, exactly. That's how I first learned. Shout out to Now I Was Born in the building.
Right. Love.
Yes. Come on and join. Word. We are ants. And shout out to Dave Flores. But we looking at it on that type of scale, because we looking at it like, wow. But shout out to Crip Jesus too. Shout out to Crip Jesus. That was fire. But we looking at it on that he said Mastermind Solo Gems.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. But like you said, shackling our thoughts. We have to first realize that we're being shackled by our thoughts.
Yeah. It's fear. Fear, guilt, and shame. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I said you gotta. That's why I say, look, feelings are just. You always, recognize your feelings. Always recognize your feelings. But you gotta actually give some chance to have some rational thoughts. Actually go about how you're thinking about things. Like, are you really thinking the right way? Are you really thinking healthy? You know what I mean? Because things are clouding your mind. No, you gotta think rationally. We're so quick to react. Yeah. And give some things a thought. Why is that person saying that? Or why I thinking this way? You know what I mean? Because that's why I said being a bigger person is always good, because because we like to jump and like be like, oh no, I'm right all the time. Nobody's right all the time. You know what I mean? Two wrongs don't make it right, right? So you know what I mean? You gotta be able to understand that, like, okay, what can I improve on? What can I make better? You know what I mean? A lot of things is all just effort and work. You know what I mean? We can make any relationship, just in general. You know what I mean? Work. You know what I mean? But a lot of times we get into, you might get into an argument or a fight or whatever, and then be like, no, F that person, F that person. Nah, if the relationship is mendable, you can make it work. You know what I mean? You just gotta make some effort. You know what I mean? And you gotta be, like I said, be the bigger person. Give something sometimes a rational thought, some time to think. Your emotions is fine. You know what I mean? You can feel how you feel. At the end of the day, what is actually the best way to go about things?
I like what you said, this, the bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
So the bigger person, the word for bigger person is higher self. So you're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening is that the truth of these mantras
mm-hmm.
is always there, but we didn't recognize it.
Right.
That's the whole thing. Recognizing, and that's why we go back to discerning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at it. You got to look at it the way it is. Like we started off with the 200. What we're going to do? You got to look at the whole thing. You got to look at who's the loner, who's the friend, who's the real friend. Look at the whole, and then shout out to the Podcraft. Y'all start hitting us in the head with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding also. And you got to look at the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not deep, but it's just simple.
Yeah.
So recognize that, everything is proper. Most of the things they put out is propaganda. Not all about being fear-mongering, because it's not about fear-mongering. This is the training grounds of the true master. Shout out to true master, the true masters of Kung Fu. Learning to be patient, having certain attributes about yourself. So you get to learn how to not be emotional and attack as fast as you would when you were younger.
Right.
So now we move with more patience.
Got to. Got to. You know what I mean?
This is not about erupt and irrational behavior.
Yeah.
So when they do it, they just watch and wait. They know the thief. Oh man, he gonna go. He gonna want that. He gonna want that bank. He want that bank. But just like Robert De Niro, you have to have the thief, a good thief, oxymoron, but a good thief, who sits and think just like them. And just like you have to be as quick as the how the cop thinks. So with time, you get to master these things. In time, you get to learn more. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning. When we talk and we build, we're learning this at the same time as it come through, because no matter how elder and how more aged these time will present you things. And before it was fear. And we saw it's still out there. And they attack old grandma. Granddad don't want to hear it because he ain't going to church.
Right.
Because he already caught it, because it's different mind state. Grandma going. Well, time to go. But then we had a time where we could sit down and go, okay, Grandma, we're going to go with you. But we got to know that this ain't about, we got computers now. You ain't got to read the old dusty paper and tell us how many people going on a church trip.
Right.
We got computers now. It started from calculators. Now everything is faster. But they're treating that worse than what I'm saying. They're even doing it on that side.
Right.
There ain't no old people working at nowhere. Unless you're building on your own. Unless you're working on your garden. Well, you're going back to the beginning. I don't want to cut your wisdom.
No, real talk. No, what you're saying is right. No, time is infinite. You don't ever stop growing. You know what I mean? It's a real talk, Every second is another second you're getting older. The time progresses is always 1 second. So think about it. Like, just because you could be up there in age, whatever, and you live some time of life, but at the same time, you're still growing, right? You're still growing every second, every millisecond. And there's some time to learn something new all the time. Like I said, don't ever block off your mind, or don't ever think you could go to new journeys. Listen, you could climb on top of the mountain. Like I said, you get the perspective and the view of all the mountains you can climb. You know what I mean? You gotta just want to climb them. That's why I said there's many journeys. You should take as life. Because that's what life is. We experiences is a journey, right? You can't just stay at one top of the mountain because you probably got something. Because you conquered that.
Right.
Go over to other mountains. There's other things to see.
Right. That's the thing. Being in the box, you got to learn to get out and get something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said that. Learn to get out and get something. Never know your corner or the place that you are. You can always be at safe in your safe place, but once you master that, you have to. It's good to test it.
Right.
Because after a while, the master goes, "Yo, you have to go."
Right.
Just go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, even in the anime, the Invincibles.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Definitely. But see, they end up killing the master because that's their whole thing. Destroy the master, but then did you destroy the master, or did the master infuse you?
Right.
With his work, which is we call it chemicals or skill set. You don't understand what is a skill set. It's a skill. Skilled is the part that we don't realize that you're passing and breathing on to the next person. The skill,
right?
The skill is the life form that keeps jumping into each of us in order to have that. It's like, whoa, damn, you move just like how the master moved. You ever notice after the master dead? For some reason. Why they keep killing? Oh, it'd be another master coming.
There's a reason why to that. But yeah, I like what you're saying.
Yeah,
when they kill the master. Yeah. Because the apprentice has to prove himself. He has to show himself. The master is the master. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the apprentice, that's the new generation. That's who's coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is real because it's in every media, right? Yeah. Martial arts movies, anime. Yeah. You know what I mean? They gotta kill the.
But why? Yeah, exactly. So this master is always he got all the techniques down, but he has to pass it on.
Yeah. He has to pass it on.
So the dude, whoever comes and kills the master, he always get killed. Yeah. For some reason, he never chill. You got to revenge him.
Yeah, because he's not.
Right.
No. I'm saying because that's the new generation. That's who's in their prime. You know what I mean? The master is not saying he's declining, but the master's the master, but he's declining. The new generation is coming into his prime.
Right, age. Yeah,
he's coming into. Look at. I'm telling you, look at LeBron. Right. Just a good example. Man is 40 years old, great NBA player.
Yeah.
He just got taken out by a person that's in their early 20s. That person's taking over.
Yeah.
You got to recognize it. You got to recognize who's taking over. You can learn from the master. The master. You don't ever ignore what the master's done. Yeah, you show the love. You show. I'm just saying in general. You show the love for the master. You know what I mean? But that's why you got to revenge the master. You got to avenge him because it's like, yo, I learned from him, so I'm.
The skill set is the life that goes into all that makes everyone connect. So the team. It's not it's not one person. They said there's no I in team. There's only one that I and win, right? So that's what you're looking for. Is outside is outside what you call the team. So, like we broke down the group in the team, but it's the skill set that we don't look at. It's like, oh, those cats are in all uniform, even if they're marching. AD marching band. You have to know the skill set. The music of the group, which makes it valuable.
Right.
Where's Osborne?
Yeah,
but that's what makes it real right there. It's like we are walking around, but as the team, but it's the skill that we all do that make the harmony coming together. Like, oh, damn, it look nice, but they playing some music. Let me let the master orator come in. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess.
I judge wisely, as if nothing ever surprised me. Lounging between two pillars of ivory, I'm lively. My dome piece is like building stones in Greece upon the deep. From ancient thrones I speak. I'm overwhelmed as my mind roams around. Eyes the vision, memory is the film. Others act subtile, but they fragile above clouds. They act wild and couldn't budge a crowd. No matter how loud they get, though they growl and spit, clutch their fists and throw up signs like a crib and throw all types of fits. I leave them split. Like damn! And rag pussy lips. That's why I'm here.
Damn,
that's why I'm here.
Peace.
That's why I'm here.
That's peace.
Amazing. So, peace to the Podcraft, peace to the Godcraft, peace to the architect of sound. No father to his style, no father to his sound. Architect D holding up the Podcraft in that banner.
Yep.
Peace to the mastermind with gems.
Oh, that's solo, yeah.
With gems.
Yeah.
You understand? The mastermind with gems.
What's love?
Solo gems, man. Peace to my brother, man. Peace to my brother.
What's love?
And the Iron Soft of hip hop. The Leonidas of hip hop.
I like that.
Okay, they said Leonidas, but Leonidas, Leonidas, and spark us. You understand what I'm saying? The sunrise.
Yeah, like that.
Of hip hop. The Iron Soft.
Yeah. Peace, my brother.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that y'all building. I love to hear. Like, I've been solo. I've been in the comments, okay? You and Z.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to intrude.
Oh yeah.
I have sons. I have 3 sons.
Real talk.
So,
wow.
I'm a father. I have 3 sons. So to see you with your brother and to see you with your father, the father and the son, that's the son and the father and the father and the son that y'all were talking about in regards to the master and the student. You assume a relationship that's there. The son and the father and the son. So you can shine while your father is present, but when your father translates, he dies not, he translates, you shine brighter because you take on the attributes of father and son. You know what I'm saying? So it's already there. So student and teacher, they have the master-student relationship. They produce the teacher-student together. So if you ever taught someone something, you learn something about you and you learn something about them that helps you ascend and become a greater teacher because of students. If you don't have any students as a teacher, you become rusty because you're not growing, you're not elevating. So the student brings the best teacher out of you and you bring the best student out of them. So now most students who watch the teacher, they want to become the teacher, no different than the father-son, mother-daughter dynamic. It works with he or her because we deal with supreme mathematics, right? So we got he or her. So it's indiscriminate. So it becomes now universal because it applies to he and her or he or her in that space. So y'all give this, and I'm looking as a father and as a son. I'm looking as a father and a son and as a brother, right? The Holy Trinity, father, son, brother, right? So you with your brother and you with your father and y'all with your father and your father with his sons.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying?
Wow.
Sharing the gifts. I'm like, let me just, I want to be in the cut. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in the cut. Like, I don't even want to be involved. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm looking. I love it because I met Priest more than, like almost 30 years ago. And I see you and I see your brother because that's who I met.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I met him. So I see y'all. You see what I'm saying? Like I see y'all. So it's just beautiful to see, each one come into their own. And that was the old. You know what I'm saying? So your age, Solo, is old to people now that's young, and you're still young.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just works like that. Like you go from the young God to the older God.
Yep.
Ain't no limited time. You're like, yo, I'm about to hit 30, blah, blah, blah. They're like, yo, you old as hell. You like, what are you talking about?
Time.
You know what I'm saying? So the varied perspectives go based off of that. So that means that they're watching you now. Because if they can recognize your age, they can recognize how you carry yourself. And you carry yourself like you've been around 1,000 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Love.
So,
Yeah.
and your father knew the name. You know what I mean? Solomon name. You know, you come like the Ancient of Days. That's literally what you personifies. That's why that's Solo Jim. So when I see him, I say, yo, that's Solo Jim. That's the wisdom of Solomon. I'm saying the same thing.
Right.
I'm just saying it now in a way where it sounds palatable and it sounds flashy. Solo got them gems. Like I'm saying that he's Solomon. I'm saying that the wisdom of Solomon is cultivated through his mother and his father. You see what I'm saying? So his father is David, but his mother is walking with him. So this is where the songs of Solomon come from. His walk with his mother. You see what I'm saying? But his ability of discernment come from his father. And he could ask his father, which art in heaven, for anything in the world. And he said, give me wisdom.
Garment.
Which is the application of knowledge, because he already had knowledge. So now I need to know how to apply it so I can understand. And understanding is the best part. So you represent the best part of knowledge.
That's real.
Understanding. Like I know I can apply. Now I know why I know and I apply. When you arrive at that part, that's like having an understanding of why you were born.
That's love.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the second part. The day you were born and the day you know why. Understanding becomes the way and the through line for you to be able to know why you were born. That born is the best part. And understanding and seeing things clearly for what they are, not for what they appear to be. So you click. So I've been here the entire time soaking up the game, seeing the love, and I was like, man, I don't even want to intrude on that because it's so beautiful.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? Seeing Priest with his sons is like seeing me with my sons. You see what I'm saying? And everybody who's out there who's a father understanding that space. Everybody who's out there with a mother could understand and respect it. So I'm just in the cut doing the knowledge. Like, yo, this is beautiful. I'm telling you, man.
Nah, we gotta have that.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Is he so New York still? Like he's so New York?
Yeah.
Like that's a beautiful. He's like, yo, word, yeah.
He's
Oh,
true.
what's the name? Oh, yo, wow. Like so y'all see how y'all was in New York, and you can still see you now at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, the roots is still New York. But the manifestation is so fluid, it could be anything. You see what I'm saying? So he right there, like, yeah, yo, low. Blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, he's straight.
I love that. You know what I'm saying? And he is sad. So he basically our opposite. You know what I'm saying? But he's our twin at the same time. So it's dope. So pardon that long introduction. I just wanted to show love and pay honor where it's due, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that knowledge. It's real love.
No, you killing it. But my headphones just keep going in and out, AD.
Still?
Nah, it was like when he was talking, it was like then that's what I was fixing it. That's good now.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's good. Nah, it's, yo, you gave me a jewel right there. Cause I was like, oh, he said the hem of the garment. You said the hem, and I was like, oh, that's deep. That is deep. Cause that's like music.
Right.
And Christ could know that somebody had touched the hem of his garment. He's in the mix to everybody that's going on. Somebody touched the hem of his garment, and he felt some of his essence go. Like, yo, who touched my hem, yo?
That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, that was real. So you in the space, whether somebody get what you're saying or not. And Priest, from the stage. You on the stage. You know what I'm saying? On the day of the second anniversary, the wisdom anniversary of Forest of Happily Ever After. You understand what I'm saying? That's the greatest hip hop jewel right there. Consider the ant, right? We are ant. We are ant. You understand what I'm saying? So like it's beautiful on this day in particular, right? Because that's the resonance. So Christ is in the midst of the multitudes doing what he do, and most folks are abhorred by his presence. So they're moving out of the way.
Wow.
But somebody touched the hem of his garments, right? So somebody like, I don't care what I'm feeling. I'm going opposite of what I'm feeling. Cause Solo, you was building on it so beautiful when I came in about thinking versus feeling. You see what I'm saying? So you like, I'm thinking in this perspective, and most folks will tell you how they feel, but they'll never tell you what they think. You understand what I'm saying? So Cancer, I feel, Gemini, I think, right? So somebody touched them. They didn't touch him. They touched the hem of his garment. That's as close as they could get to him. And the hem of his garment is down low. It ain't up high. It ain't like they touched his shoulder. They touched something that you wouldn't even feel that. But he was so in tune and being mindful that when somebody touched the hem of his garment, it's like, hold up. Somebody trying to violate. Like, so hem of his garment is in the New Testament. Skirts of his garment is in the Old Testament in Psalms 133. Behold how good our pleasant is for brothers to dwell together in the unity. It's like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even bent. Aaron's beard went down to the skirts of his garment. So the skirts of the garment and the hem of his garment is the same.
Wow.
So you could look at it and attribute it physically, or you could deal with it mentally, right? You could deal with it mentally, be like, oh, they're at the lowest rung of the space, but that's the apex for them. So when I make the comparison to Priest to a lot of MCs, their highest point is Priest's lowest point. No matter how loud they get, though they growl and spit, clutch they fist, and throw up signs like a crip, and throw all types of fits. You got to do all of that on the microphone for somebody to try to hear you. I just judge wisely. I sit back and I see you. I see you doing all this convulsing and all this. I see you doing all of this extra, you know what I'm saying, stuff. And then either way, you're done. You're done already. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a testament. Like you did it to yourself.
Wow.
You did it to yourself. I just send you on your way. Like Neo said in the Matrix, are you saying I could dodge bullets? Morpheus looked back at him and said, I'm saying that when you're ready, you won't have to. So you might have started off battling.
Yeah.
But there's another point where people are like, I don't even want no parts of that. They'll never tell you. They'll never tell you, but they told you because they ain't get back and say, yeah, I want you on this song. Oh, we were supposed to get on this song together. They're like, nah, that's my casket. I'm done. I'm done. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want that to be the end of me. I'll never tell the world. I can still put out songs and produce albums and blah, 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 blah. But I was done. You see what I'm saying? Like, Rubber Intercourse was one of those joints. You know what I mean? Cannabis on Desperado was one of those joints. You know what I mean? So it's like, you start thinking about that, like, Capitan on Win Awards was one of those joints. So you have to think about it and consider the ant. Because y'all was talking about, the ants. It's like, we ants in regards to the planets. We think that we're something so great, right? I was talking about that Twilight Zone episode where the guy comes to this planet and he's on this planet with these little people and they worship him like a god, so to speak, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, I'm going to rule over them and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to stay here because I'm insignificant on my planet. So here, I'm God. Until the God showed up, like, what is this little thing down here? Like, I just squashed him. You understand what I'm saying?
Fire.
So everybody has the answer to somebody on this path, right? So he like Saul that turned into Paul on the road to Damascus. You know what I'm saying? Why hast thou crucified me? Why hast thou persecuted me? You see what I'm saying? So he's like, dang, I thought I was something till I seen Christ. Now my life has changed. So back to the story that y'all presented, the villain represents that through line that the hero gets an opportunity to show himself or herself. So this is your goal, your aim, your objective. It punches you in the face. Now you got to respond. You see what I'm saying? The safety net's gone, all of that. You just got to do what you got to do. So either you're going to reach your objective or you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? You walk in a tightrope and it's burnt at the other end. So you can't even go back to try to retreat to safety. You got to either go forward into it or you be absorbed by it. You see what I'm saying? So the master student villain relationship comes there. You know, Leroy in The Last Dragon, Neo with Agent Smith, all of that comes to a head. Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. He told him, he said, if you kill me now, I'll be more powerful than you ever could imagine. And he knew what he was going to do. So Anakin versus Obi-Wan in that space. And it's like, bam, all right. So now the only person that could be standing against Darth Vader is his own son.
Wow.
So Anakin and Luke, right?
Wow.
Shout out to John Newsom, his son named Luke, right?
Right.
So, you know, I call him Anakin, right? So the father and the son, right? It works. So his father and son and the father. So they have to fight for position. And he saves his father's life, but his father wounds him mortally, right? At the same time. So that you mortally wounding yourself. So the master has to be moved out of the way for you to recognize the master in you. So Shona putting Bruce Leroy in the water 3 times. The third time he comes to the realization that was brought to him by his love interest and his master that he was the master. He was already the master, but he still had to allow himself to come to the realization of it. So Shona becomes the catalyst as the villain for him to recognize everything that the master imparted to him throughout his training. He went through the rigorous training methods and all of the things that he's supposed to be here. So if the master's still here, he's still kind of subservient in the part of himself that's not unlocked yet. So now he goes in the space of vengeance, quote unquote, but it's really a reconciliation with that aspect of himself that he was in doubt about. Now he has to go show and prove, right? Like you were saying, Solo, he has to go fight. But the fight with him gets settled in the fight. So at the end of The Last Dragon, he's like, yo, check out the cornball. He ain't no cornball. He's my brother.
Yeah.
And he's the master. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he acknowledged that's his brother and his function in the world. You know, Leroy ain't hear it, but the world got a chance to hear it at the same time.
That's real.
Yeah, definitely dope. With the father and the son, master-student relationship, and as you with the pen, as you with the microphone, as you with your voice. You know what I'm saying? It's AD on production. So that thing that goes in regards to a thing that you love to do and sometimes hate to do based off of the amount of pressure or expectation you put on yourself. But you rise to the occasion every time. You rise from the ashes like the Phoenix. Shout out to Ty Phoenix.
That's real.
You make it born. And born is to bring it to existence out of physically and mentally. So
the day is the first. Crazy. The first,
now,
man. Yeah, that's the first.
Who was the original man?
That's right. No doubt. Word.
Knowledge is the foundation of all things that exist. Is there. And in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. It worked like that.
In the beginning.
Yo, he just be sitting. Perfect timing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just thinking about the master. I was asking Solo. I was like, yo, so he gets up. I don't know. He get because like at the beginning of Five Deadly Venoms, he's sitting in a pool of hot water medicine, trying to relieve himself. I don't know how he got to that point, but he knew at that time he had to have the talk with the student. And I was like, I don't know. You was about to answer it. You said why the masters get into that beef. And you said you were saying something like, "Oh, that's because
right."
So they come in to kill the master, right? For the books or whatever it is. He owe money. He said, "Yo, if you find them, said they're usually evil." I'm talking about Five Deadly Venoms. He said, "Find them, and if you find them, they wicked, kill them." But he knew that it was already bad, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the start. But it's just that relationship of the conversation where it starts at.
Yeah.
Master Killah plays that role.
Yeah.
Master Killah plays that role. You see what I'm saying? Master Killah plays that role, and Master Killah plays that role in the movie. This is why Master Killah plays the role. He takes on the moniker. He plays on the role of the last student, the last disciple. You see what I'm saying in regards to the way, because you know the shout out to the youngest child. Okay, I'm a middle child. I'm not the oldest child or the youngest child. I'm a middle child. Shout out to the youngest child. The youngest child keeps the archival records of the family.
Wow,
that's their function. They remember stuff. You're like, how do you remember that? You
that's me and Salo.
They remember everything. They remember everything. You see what I'm saying? They remember everything because that's their function. So the youngest disciple gets blessed with the information of determining, having that spirit of discernment of who was good and who was bad based off of what he knew. So what he knew was something that he could use for his benefit or for his detriment. So what he knew about all of the five, they're all 5 deadly venoms, but he had to link with one. He had to link with one. You see what I'm saying? So on Master Killah's album, No Set Date, he got that in the intro. If they're bad, you must kill them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's there. Like and he's taking that. He didn't meet nobody. He only hears their stories.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So Master Killah coming along, right? You know the real story, blah, blah, blah. But Master Killah's coming along, and there's a decision. So the decision is made based off of that. And now he's the one that brings everybody back together for this album. Everybody's on this album. Everybody that he could find is on No Set Date. So the moniker is, if they're bad, you must kill them. Down to the children. You see what I'm saying? Down to the second generation of Wu, everybody that he could find. Everybody is there. Everybody makes an appearance. Anybody that said yes is on it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about the youngest child, because the youngest child has all of the archives. The youngest child normally changes the parenting style. The older children was like, yo, son, like I would have got destroyed for that. How did you let that one get away with that? Like I would have been outside with bricks in the rain. Understand? Like how? Like yo, you got salt? Understand what I'm saying? Like what's going on? Like you look at the parent, like yo, like hold up, what is this? They learn how to correct the situation. Whoever's the oldest, I apologize because you got it the worst. This is why number one was the worst. Number one was the worst because he was an experiment. It wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Like he didn't figure out what to do with him. Like, oh, you here? I'm gonna teach you all of the deadliest of the deadly. This is why he was the deadliest. You see what I'm saying? So now number two come in. That's the second child. So you got a little bit more experience, and you pick somebody that's not poor. That's not from abstract poverty. Somebody with well-to-do means that you could just impart these sciences on, and it work. So he was well-to-do. He didn't have no ambition about nothing. He didn't have that kind of hunger. He just was like, yo, I'm tired of cats looking at me like I'm some pretty boy, like I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do what I got to do. Like Muhammad Ali, learned how to box because somebody stole his bike. You see what I'm saying? So now he's there, right? Number 2's there. Number 3 comes along. He's the middle child.
Yep.
He's the middle child in the equation. So he ain't loved by nobody. The first, the upper or the lower, right? He's there. He's like, but he has a responsibility to keep the family together.
He did.
So the middle children have that space to where they like, yo, so I'm saying like, yo, daddy said,
and
nah,
that
I
was
ain't fucking with him.
And,
so I gotta.
And he's the only one that still wore the mask.
Right, because he has to conceal himself and reveal himself at the same time.
Right.
If you know his ways and actions, you'll know who he is.
Yeah.
But he's not going to tell you. It's for you to figure out.
Right.
So he there with number 2, like, yo, son. He's like, how many people must die and blah, blah, blah. Like number 2 going through it.
Yeah.
He's going through it. Like he all heartfelt. He got real emotions and all that type of situation. Because he's like, yo, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Like we just out here killing and doing it. But number 3, like whoever, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, what you talking about? So that was the kind of balance. And then number 4 and 5 is close with each other because they're the babies.
Oh,
they're not. Number 4 is not the youngest. He's next to the youngest. He's a kin. You see what I'm saying? So he's there. That gets the benefit of you got it together now, based off of 1, 2, and 3. So now with 4, you have some kind of care. You got some kind of compassion, but you also have the strictness of your experience. You see what I'm saying? Because you already see the results.
Yeah.
So you there with 4 and 5 now.
Yeah.
Where you can impart these things to them without limitation, but placing a limitation.
Right.
So 4 and 5 is close to where 5 would listen to 4 in the space of reason.
Right.
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is your older brother, but he ain't the oldest in the family because they like light years in regard. They could be 5 years apart.
Right.
You could be like 5 or 4 years apart from your eldest sibling, but it might be a lifetime.
Right.
Because they done live life and you trying to figure life out at that age, that 5-year difference. They're 5 and you're 10. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lifetime of experience that happened in between, but it's really only a couple years.
Right.
So now, number 6 gets the benefit of sitting, being still, doing the knowledge, and being obedient. So he got the care, compassion, and he went through the turmoil. He went through all of that, but it's a rush situation. He don't get the full benefit of the time. So now the master about to check out. So he has to impart everything. He got a speed load. He got the dirty version. It's like, I'm gonna give you all 36 chambers in one night because I'm gonna be gone by tomorrow. So he's like, damn. And he don't even get the chance to digest it. You just see him out on the street. Out there, like, yo, son, I'm here. I'm here, like, oh, yo, I gotta peep everything out. So now he has to rely on his own discernment. So nobody destroys this master. The master goes, quote unquote, from natural causes, and his saving grace is to try to find this other dude that's in the town.
Yeah.
So he gotta go there for the other master that was there that was present.
Right.
And you find him, and he done. So you ain't got no benefit from neither one of them. You got the master and the stories. So now you gotta go look out based off of it. And they're not gonna show their skills unless it's an emergency. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's not like they just out here smacking people up and doing whatever. But if you press them, boom, that's it. So Poison Clan rocks the world, right? So the benefit of the master in this place, he keeps himself alive long enough to impart that last lesson, and then he goes. So back to Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, aka Anakin.
Right.
They don't show him die. It's not like you don't get the benefit of that. Like he swings that lightsaber and he disappears. Now he hears his voice. He's like, "Oh look, I thought he was gone."
Who is this? Who is this?
Anakin.
I didn't see the Anakin. I didn't see the Anakin.
Darth Vader in Star Wars. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta see that movie, Priest.
Yeah.
Somebody called him Ben. Somebody called him Ben, right?
Yeah.
He was like, ain't nobody called me at it in a long time. He's like, Ben. He's like, ain't nobody called me at it in a long time. And Ben means son.
Wow.
Ben means son, like Bar means son. So father and son, son and father. Those roles are interchangeable. So the student becomes the master and the master becomes the student because the master was so desirous as a student. He had a master. So if you look at Jet Li and Bruce Lee, even though Jet Li's not directly attributed or trained under Bruce Lee,
right?
He finished his where Bruce Lee stops. Bruce Lee didn't go to master Wing Chun. If he mastered Wing Chun, there would be no Jeet Kune Do. So because he didn't finish, his joint was cut short and he had to come to America. Jet Li had the benefit of being brought up in that tradition of Wing Chun and with the specialization of Wushu. So he's there and you see every bit of it. He's not an actor who learns Kung Fu. He's a Kung Fu master who becomes an actor.
Right.
So they're not playing out there. You see what I'm saying? So they're in the space after, fighting in tournaments, blah blah blah, whatever it is. He had the specialization. This is what he ate, he breathed, he lived.
Yeah. He was teaching them.
Because Bruce Lee didn't have that benefit, he had to rely on the philosophy, on the real teachings. So now he's dealing with the real teachings of the philosophy because he's not buried in dogma of one style. He's like, there's no style. So in 73, Into the Dragon, when he's speaking with the sage, he's like, what's the style? There is no style. Who's my opponent? There is no opponent. You see what I'm saying? So now he could delve into it because he's not stuck or he's not trapped.
Right. No,
but
facts.
That's his greatest strength and his greatest weakness. Because he doesn't have a style, somebody that specializes in the style could defeat him. They're not going to show it. So this is what he said to number 6. He said, number 6, like, yo, these dudes is lethal. They're specialists.
Right.
You got to team up with one, otherwise you're going to be destroyed.
Right. Wow.
You got to find an ally with one. There's no way in the world that you could contend with all 5 of them. Any 5 of them would destroy you.
Yeah.
So he has to rely on recognizing and his own ability to discern, to see who was good and who was not.
Right.
In order to team up with one, in order to be victorious, to take down the ones who was misrepresenting the art, who was misrepresenting the culture. So look at Royal Priesthood, right? There's a whole bunch of MCs that's out there.
Yeah.
So the Royal Priesthood functions in that function of number 6.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Number 6, they have the benefit of the master, which is Killah Priest. You see what I'm saying? So now they team up with Killah Priest, and now they taking on an industry that has gone defunct based off of the aspirations of looking for that treasure, looking for that gold.
Yeah, that video.
You know what I'm saying? They were trying to get that money.
Yeah.
But number 2 ain't need that money, but number 1, number 1 needed that money. Number 1, he needed that money. Number 2 was like, yo, man, I'm in the mansion. Like, what you talking about? He bought the judge. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Like, he bought the judge. He's like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, why you wake me up for this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, when you look at the parenting modalities throughout the children, you're supposed to become better as a parent based off of the amount of children. With each child you have, you're supposed to become better. So when you look at the youngest children, they get the benefit of the genealogy because the parents have changed. They have ascended and they've become. So that's a parent. You add a grandparent into a mix, everything that they couldn't see as a parent, they suddenly see as a grandparent. So now they're going back and forth with the parent. Like, no, don't do that to the baby. You understand? Don't do that to the baby.
Right.
You're like, what you talking about? I was the baby. I was your baby, fam. So you're like, hold up. You got to put that all together and recognize with that ascension, it becomes something. So as many as generations that you can keep together, you have a understanding. So this is why the grandchildren are with the babies.
Right.
Because they're leaving the physical realm and they're just coming into the physical realm. So they have stories to share with one another. They don't require words.
Real talk.
They're leaving it's why they coming? Yo, man. Bars.
Yeah, they leaving and they coming. I see Jay Black, man. Shout out to Jay Black in the chat, man.
Shout out, my brother. Yo, you did a tremendous job yesterday too. Word.
Y'all caught me on a jovial day. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Knicks fan, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to you in life. I'm gonna just pray for you and you know.
Even though he lost? Hold on.
Yo.
I didn't even see that.
I don't know what's happening. I'm just saying I'm saying that, you know,
I know
as a person, like, you didn't get a chance to choose. You didn't choose the Knicks. The Knicks chose you.
Yeah. They wait on lines. They had to wait on lines.
The Knicks and the Jets or the Knicks and the Giants, however it go, is something like that. I don't even know.
LeBron about it. I said
he about it.
He about it. Yeah. He about it. They got him up out of here last night. Yeah. So that was part of it. But yo, this is a lovely build. And while we on it, I want to get AD to set up. Have you seen any of the Lionsgate? We're gonna play a little bit of it because me and Dave Flores is gonna go into later on the Kickstarter. What we think about doing the Kickstarter mode on this one because we finishing up some other stuff on it. You know, maybe you can add on to it or whatever, and assist us. You know what I mean? How to go to the Kickstarter?
Yeah, I wanted to shout out Forrest, man.
Oh yeah, Forrest definitely. Forrest, that's why we're gonna do it. I was gonna play. This is from shout out to my man John Newsom. We was gonna think about going to Kickstarter with this one. You got Lionsgate set up?
Yeah.
All right, let's get 2 episodes going for the lovely people out there. Sit back, relax.
Shout out to Dave Flores.
Dave Flores, man. I wish he was. Yo, come on through, Dave. Word. Shout out to him. Yo, it's a treat for y'all, man. So.
Most of my cup life I don't remember. Kind of blurry.
Hold up.
Narration by none other.
The lion's paw.
Real talk.
I like that.
Real talk.
Yeah.
It's a nice little show film out.
That already gave me chills already. I can't front. Like automatically, I'm like already got the chills. Like
AD on the soundtrack. Here it goes, y'all. Yeah. Let him see the whole thing.
Solo got Leo in the chart somewhere. He got. He got
the main. He got the main.
It's in there.
That's fine. Yeah, I probably got something in there. I gotta check it out.
All right, here we go.
Most of my cup life I don't remember. Kind of blurry. I guess I try to block it out.
Full screen?
Being I was brought up amongst such a dysfunctional pride. My father was killed when I was a cub, so I don't remember him much. Let's see, I had 2 older sisters, my mother, and a nephew that was also murdered by a neighbor in pride. I wasn't really fast, so the other cubs kind of laughed at me. They said I wasn't normal. But I knew I was normal. So one day, I just ran away. I was took in by this great owl who grew up and taught me morals. And then one day, I came home from a hunt. He was dead. Spinning out of control, I got mad and chased a couple of monkeys. I went crazy and someone shot me with a tranquilizer. And I woke up and I was here. My name is Raw Soul. Fortnite is my queen. Both my parents was killed. Me and my brother, we split prides. He used to bring me an antelope now and then. I was very skinny. So I grew up. My first wife died. Said it was cancer. I don't know. My head was bad ever since. I run away and joined the Rogue, Pride, and got hooked up into a lot of things. And one day, these humans came and they netted me. I was brought here, did time there, and now I'm here. In this unlawful place.
AD on the soundtrack. Let one more go. Some of it in a different varieties. Let one more go. Now let it keep going. I want to hear that different.
My name is Panet, and I was born in the summer in Ethiopia. My mother often hung out with the hyenas, and one day she deserted me and left with the pride. The only family member that was left to raise me was my aunt, and she was very abusive. The rest of the pride used to make fun of me, so I always fell out of place. One day I finally had enough of my aunt, so I ran away. But then I was captured by some lion hunters, never to see my pride again. The hunters took me to an arena where I had to do some terrible things, unthinkable things. Then the hunters took me to Persia and sold me as a gift to the king. One day he didn't want me anymore. I was sold again and ended up here, which I don't know the name of it, but I've heard about it before.
You can stop it right here, yo. Just a little bit. Show you what we doing. That's a little bit. It's completely.
Solomon's part's cool too.
Is it? Was it next?
It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Solomon's part. A lot of cool drums.
Yeah. Yo, you used the joint from the Paul Rover, the exact. So
yeah,
the exact that part.
Can we fast forward? Can we get a little solo, Jim? As the narrator, can we get a little voiceover from,
I appreciate it.
from the Jim
sure,
solo?
Right.
Got my hand over my heart, man. I'm telling you, I got so many songs.
A4's killed this. He
right?
did a great job.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Shout out to Dave Flores, man. Come on through. We got others that we working on too, so we're moving forward. Right.
My name is Queen. I was a part of the Eastern Lion Pride. I found an eagle named Flight. And she was the reason why, and we all end up here.
Right here. Next one. I can see pieces.
I was also expelled from my tribe too, along with 7 of my brothers. We didn't have any hunting skills, so we had to survive by scavenging from giraffe carcasses, stolen prey. As adults, there wasn't any lioness in our pride, so we had to gain access by challenging many of our rival prides. We were all said to be nobodies, just worthless eaters. Then we split into 2 groups because of conflict with our leadership and ended up killing each other. And I was also captured by game hunters, sold, wind up here, a nobody.
Suddenly the lions are startled by a loud noise.
All right, stop it, because you're too much.
Well, how you like that heavier mental beat up?
Let's go. I like that.
Solo jam.
Here, nobody. Here, look at Solo with the here as a nobody.
Yo, and the hair. The hair looked like him too.
That's right.
The illest of the ill. Who did the female lion's voice?
That's Patty.
Yeah, and it's 2 of them. It's 2 different. You got to see the whole thing as a couple.
So the one that we heard.
Patty.
Who did
That's
that?
Patty. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I met Patty right in the street.
Yep. I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man.
Real talk.
The set ability to be able to personalize an experience. This is your own experience, right? If you listening to the Lions, you find yourself somewhere or everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You listening to the Lions, you listening to your nature, you listening to these aspects of you that you hide, that you discard. And the lion is the sun, right?
The
lion is
scar.
Which is the sun. So it's there to shine. There's an aspect of you that wants to shine that you keep hidden, that fear of reprisal. So you're thinking maybe somebody doesn't recognize you or see you, or it might change, or you might lose something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solo, man, like You lived it. Like, it's not you killed it. You lived it. Like Solo, like
that's real.
The nobody aspect.
That's
The
love.
nobody aspect. The nobody aspect. Like, yo, me and my 7 brothers, blah blah blah. Like we got fed based off of what somebody left. That's our use.
Yeah.
They got fed based off of what somebody left. Like I want us to acknowledge that for a second because we be so in pursuit of our goals, aims, and objectives that we forget our tomorrow people and expect our tomorrow people just to come along. So you had, you know, the man and the woman, but look at the child. Like, look at the child's story. Like, look at the child's story. Like, yo, me and my 7 brothers, we was left to fend for ourselves. We didn't have no guidance. We didn't have no directions. We was nobody.
Yeah.
We saw ourselves as nobody because that was the whole thing right there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I saw, what's his name from the Lion King? The one who was king, but then the other one who was supposed to be king.
Mustafa? No, that was
Scar?
I think I see. No, it was Mustafa. Scar was
Mufasa and Scar, right?
Mufasa. Scar was originally the real king, though. Yeah.
Right. So Mufasa and Scar in one, right?
Right.
Please, you speaking to both of those aspects. So that's, you know, a Sar and Set, right?
Right. Indeed.
So a Sar and Set, they're brothers, and they're having a tug of war back and forth, but they're one being.
Yeah.
And then their offspring, Heru, who would be what's his name? What was the son's name? The lion.
Simba?
Simba, yes. Yeah. So Simba comes from that. So Solo, you come from the turmoil of your father's decision or indecision, right? You birthed from that. So father, mother, child. So mother gives a story where she's mothering, and because of her mothering, she gets caught up. You see what I'm saying? If you deal with biological anthropology and you deal with going to a zoo or observatory, every animal you see before they were taken into captivity / observatory or zoo, they had to watch somebody that they love die. So for every chimpanzee or every gorilla, 9 of their ancestors had to die in order for you to see one. And then you see them not as they were, but as they are, based on being in captivity and occupation. So you don't see the lion as a lion. You see the lion as what it once was, but what it is now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the same for the ape, for the chimpanzee, for the gorilla. So as to the people, so the people that are taken into captivity on ships, you don't see them as they are. You see them as they were, once were. And then you see the after effects of not coming to that realization. So the natures in regards to that, right? God's nature, you and Solo on God's nature. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to the thing that lies dormant in people, you can reach this goal. You can go back home, Dorothy. You understand what I'm saying? Like the lion, the scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Watoto that walk with you, the Wiz. Nobody could bring you home. Only you can bring you home. So you are the answer to the problem or the maladies that ail you, that you think fail you. But those are the things that come to uplift you, and that's a gift to you. So if you learn from those obstacles, they become blessings. Now they're lessons that motivate you for you to stand over. So that loss of identity, Solo, man, nobody, like just nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That lead in Hero, his name was nameless.
Wow.
He didn't have a name. His parents was killed by, you know, the warring factions. So he didn't have a name, so his name was nameless. So that's nobody, right? So if you look at Mr. Nobody in the John Wick series, he's Mr. Nobody. You see what I'm saying? That's his name, Mr. Nobody. And his only companion was Anpu that walked with him, aka his dog. Just like Holly Berry's character rolling with those dogs. Nobody else knew her like that. And she has a child out there. So she's mothering these dogs like her children because there's a child that because of her occupation, she can't know where she is, but she has to love her from a distance because her knowing where she is means that her enemies can know and they could utilize her against her or harm her, and she can't do anything about it. So
that's crazy.
The scraps from the table that you're talking about is the basis of decision. So now you got to get a little bit whatever's left as the scraps from the master's table because of the decision of somebody that's older than you, that's supposed to protect you, that's supposed to provide for you, that's supposed to teach you how to hunt. Yo, when you said, we didn't know how to hunt,
Yes.
you are operating against your most primal foundational instinct, you and your brothers.
Yeah.
But now y'all are enemies of one another instead of brothers. Could you imagine 7 lions running down on you versus 1 lion?
That's right. That's
that
real.
unified of purpose, that understands strategically how to hunt and want to draw you out, and the other ones that'll gobble you up, but everybody going to eat based off of that. That's a whole nother thing versus we 7 individuals out here and we fighting over the scraps.
Right.
We're going to fight just for the scraps. That's a different thing. So yeah, y'all did that, man.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.
And you got to see everybody's story. Yeah,
I only got a little snippet.
Yeah, you just got a little. So you broke it. You notice the pain in the story that Paulat told in his story. Of most of the lions were very bad, and that was the whole thing. Them conversating, but it's a lot more to it. I'm not going to give it all away, but it's. Yo, you right on it. You right on it. You right on it. I was born.
So the next one.
They won? Oh, so they still in there?
They
won. Yeah, they eliminated the Pistons.
Yeah. 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
4-2?
3 points. 3 points different. Yeah, 4-2, like 116 and 113.
Yep, shots though. I mean, let's see though.
Your ants.
Yeah, real talk.
Your ants.
Shout out to Dave Flores though. That he killed that animation though. I saw clips, but seeing it all together is like that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's AD on the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Look at Jay Bland. Jay Bland said he wore his Abraxas t-shirt to his class reunion over the weekend. Wear more Killah Priest.
Wear more Killah. Wear more Killah Priest. I like that. Who said that? David Abraxas? What's his name? That's a fire.
Jay Bland.
Oh, David. Okay. So he said, Jay Bland. I thought he said David Abraxas. That's an L name.
Right.
So he wore the Abraxas t-shirt out there. He repping.
Yeah.
Killah Priest. You know what I'm saying? That's another mantra. Shout out to John Newsom. We came up with that together.
Yeah.
We went from play more Killah Priest to wear more Killah Priest because every time I see him, you know what I'm saying, like myself, we repping on him. You know?
Yeah, see, that's a man. Shout out to Notion. I just spoke to. Show them the album cover, which is going to be the new t-shirts. Will be out there soon, so y'all can just grab them in a minute. From the Abraxas to AD.
All in the forest, man.
Forest
is 2 years old.
Yeah, they saw it in there. What's the name? Put it out there. Play that commercial too. Yeah. Everybody killed it. Man, I can't wait for everyone to see it. But we're gonna do a Kickstarter. You know what? I got a good idea. Maybe Niles Born could like narrate it or something like that. Or what would you call that, AD? Would you put a pitch?
He would narrate it. You're talking about creating a sizzle or a teaser.
Yeah, see, we have to talk about that.
Or a trailer.
What is it, like a trailer? Yeah. Well, because he can explain it when we give it, because we working on part 2 and 3 of a different movie animation, me and Dave Flores, but it's as long these lines, like people gonna trip out when they hit it in. Go ahead.
Okay. Here is the cover.
Yeah, there it goes. So that's going to be on the t-shirt. You can put it how yeah, it's the yeah. So that's the Abraxas 2 right there. Yeah.
Yes. I need that on my teacup, aka my shot glass.
Oh, we gotta do our shot. We gotta do teacups and stuff like that too. Yeah, with that. So there you go, and then you gotta see play Dave Flores version.
Oh yeah, of
I seen
Elizabeth.
that was epic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he killed that.
Dave Flores, you a genius.
Yo, we gotta launch that, AD. Did we launch it? Let's launch it. Let's launch it today.
Okay.
All right.
Wait a minute, let me talk to Dave Flores about some little changes in there though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was the final.
Yeah. I want to talk to him. Word, shut
draft.
up.
Yeah, what I seen from the draft was dope. So
the draft is dope. Just a little bit more.
See more Killah Priest.
Yeah.
Bro.
Okay, hold up. All right.
See more. Wear more Killah Priest. That's dope. You and John?
Yo,
see more.
We cooking, man. You know, one day yesterday we was out celebrating. He came on the Podcraft and popped up on the window.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Who was the? It was two more. That was I think because I was on my phone, so I could make it bigger.
Yeah, there was two people. Jamar, the brother who came and took the pictures that you met that night.
Oh,
yeah, he is definitely another great addition asset that will help. That's going to help with a lot of things that we got going on.
Yeah,
already. So you'll see more of it in action.
Yeah,
him and Dave Flores got a chance to link. So there's a lot of things that can be streamlined based off of that. John Newsom met him on the train,
right,
on the way to see you,
right.
And that's how they linked up and came out there. So that was definitely dope.
Wow.
And Reborn to Rebizzle, shout out to him.
Yep.
His his brother, that's Sons of Thunder. That's an ill last name. Sons of Thunder. King Jehoshaphat. He was on as well. So we definitely building out here. And
right.
I'm doing something for the Podcraft. As a Podcraft correspondent, some ill. Thurston Howard III, they having Low Life Weekend in Florida. So, Yep. The Podcraft will get all of the correspondence. So the wind down is about to be infused with Love and Loyalty Weekend, Brooklyn to Orlando, the 16th through the 18th of May. We'll be out there. So we'll be getting live interactions as a build up to mix up with the wind down, and I'll be there live on the 16th to the 18th.
Low lives. I told
live streaming and getting everything together.
Fire. I told Thurston. I said they said in the last days there'd be a man riding a horse.
It's gonna be dope.
Shout out to Polo. Low lives. Bird. They tell them we can have that for their little. They should. They can put that on their.
For that Orlando would be Lowlando.
Lowlando. That's crazy. They always come with cliches. Polo Rican.
Shout out to Young Hump. Polo Rican. Shout out to Young Hump. And Thurston and everybody that's gonna be there. I'm like Rockness Monster's gonna be there. Master Ace and his wife Lachey, they all gonna be there. I'm like Ella G. You know what I'm saying? All the fam is gonna be in the building. It's gonna be a crazy, super duper night. God Sentinel said right on his birthday, man. Charles season is packed. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all better get it together. Okay.
Right.
Y'all better get it together. Y'all on the clock. We're coming.
That's
We're coming.
Talk. That's real
okay?
talk.
In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks exactly. We're gonna be in the building.
Yeah.
2 weeks from today. Okay. So you got 21 days to get it together. 20 days actually, because on the 21st of May, we in the building.
Yep.
Fire.
Yep.
Fire.
Yep. That's real.
Gemini's, we roll as twins.
That's right. That's right.
That's a t-shirt. Gemini, we roll that twins. Yo. AD, you ready?
I'm looking for it. I had it in here. He sent it. I have 4 emails, so I'm trying to go through each one. I'm not sure which one he sent it to. I forgot.
Make that move. Right.
Yeah, y'all in New York on like
next when? All right.
30th. 31st.
Mm.
Bernadette Price, the widow of Sean Price, my Gemini sister, born on the same day as me, Solo.
Wow.
Oh, word, that's fire.
They're having a Gemini party out there.
Oh,
you know
yeah?
So if you in Brooklyn on the 30th, 31st, blah, blah, blah.
All
right. I'm saying, like, you know, our born day, our solar return, our God day is on a Monday. You understand
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Wait a minute, y'all the same day or day apart?
No, we're 2 days.
Me and Bernadette is the same day. We're
2 days
Wow,
apart. We're 2 days,
crazy.
So
crazy.
That wind down Wednesday is Solo Jim's birthday.
Yeah, my birthday. Yeah.
Wow.
And we doing it up. Yeah.
We'll be in NY.
Yeah, coming up soon. Yeah.
It will work out.
On probably not on my day. Probably not on my day.
Yeah,
not on my day. Probably a little after, right?
Yeah.
A little after. But
Daddy J something for the coach. Don't nobody care nothing about the Knicks, fam. Okay.
Still gotta wait online.
Yeah, no disrespect to Solo. Solo probably a Knicks fan.
Nah.
I ain't gonna disrespect you.
I'm actually
Solo,
not.
you a Boston fan. I'm
actually not a Knicks fan. I'm really a Boston.
I know you a
fan.
Celtics fan.
I'm a Celtics fan. Yeah.
I ain't want to do
I'm the black sheep when it comes to New York sports.
You got a real team. You
They might do it again,
have
right?
the greatest team, championship team, and championship dynasty in basketball.
Real talk. Yeah, real talk.
Yeah. They got the most championships ever. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the greatest team, the greatest championship team, and the greatest championship dynasty.
Winners, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's them, then it's the Lakers, and then it's everybody else in the league.
Yeah, everybody else. Yeah, everybody else is. I give one to the Bulls because the Bulls had they had their era too. But I just can't do
the Bulls. The Bulls are great because of what team?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
The Detroit Pistons.
Detroit, yeah. Oh,
wow. So Michael Jordan becomes the champion because of the Detroit Pistons. Okay,
wow.
So he becomes a championship, and he leads the way for a championship dynasty, which is undeniable. Like, they talk about the players like they was great. Nah, they was on the team with Jordan. Jordan was on the team with them.
That's right.
Because all that talk about Scottie Pippen ain't win nothing without Jordan.
Yep.
He won everything with Jordan.
That's a good argument.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay. So he was every place else. BJ Armstrong was on Orlando. Orlando didn't win because of BJ Armstrong. They got swept. Don't forget that. They went home because there was a man who was fasting during Ramadan with 2 different size shoes who took Shaq Diesel and put him in his pocket.
I heard about that. Elijah. I heard.
Go home, Roger, in 4 games. Okay, like LeBron.
Tall God ain't root. Yeah.
And he was gone in 4 games. Don't forget that neither. Don't act like those 2 that y'all be talking about, they be so great. Their asses was home in 4 games.
Hey, Tall God ain't root played in the NBA.
Yeah.
He played. He was with them. And he told me, he said, no, there was a cat, Elijah. He was the one that put Shaq. Yeah, Elijah put Shaq on the
He was one of the greatest centers ever. When you look at the 5 position, he's the greatest, one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest ever. Wow. Because everybody else was what they call, they were man-child for their era. Right. Nobody was their height. Right. He did it with everybody that was his contender.
That's real.
Somebody said Rodman.
Dennis Rodman?
Rodman was the greatest power forward ever to do it.
Wow.
And where was he at? He was in Detroit.
Wow. Before
he learned the science. That's why he learned the science. And he took it to the rest of the world.
Oh, he was in Mecca. He went and learned all the science in Mecca. And came. He went to Detroit. Then he came back. Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan recruited him.
Oh, right.
Michael Jordan recruited him. He's like, yo, we got to have him. We have to have him.
See, I know that science.
So let's not get that twisted when we start talking. He was already a champion twice over, on his way to a 3-peat. He just so happened to. They all ran out of gas in that 3rd year.
So Rodman studied for 4,000 or 5,000 years under the Detroit Pistons. They brought it over there with Jordan. Jordan
got him out. Yeah, he got him out. That's real talk. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah. Look, they be bringing up these other Bulls players like they wasn't just wide open. You get the benefit of just being wide open. You ain't miss a shot. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody cared nothing about Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was wide open. He was wide open. Like, come on.
Yeah.
2 or 3 people was on Jordan. You're wide open.
Yeah,
You passed
exactly.
the ball, you made the shot.
Yeah.
Tony Kukoc, all the rest of those guys, stop, man. Stop playing. What did they do anywhere?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yo, real quick,
They
I
did
think. Yep. Yo, that was great. Yo, I think he's ready. We're gonna get up out of here soon. We're gonna get to the music. You ready with the what's the name?
Yeah.
All right, my bad, AD.
No, you good. I was still trying to set up.
No, you good. You ready?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That head turn.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to do a display capture instead of a Windows capture. Hold on.
And he did all this on his own. Thank you so much, Dave, for that. That's crazy. Rocking back and forth.
Okay, here we go.
If you haven't seen it, here it goes.
I should do that. Hold on.
Media. All right, Day Media. How could Day Media reach us? It's all right, AD. We'll play it next time. How could Day Media get in touch with us again? With that contact. All right, go to Real Killah Priest on IG and then hit me in my DM and then we'll do it from there. Shout out to Day Media Vids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Day
Okay,
Media
we're gonna have to
Vids.
do it the old school way.
Or just put your IG in there too. Say hello there.
Small.
I mean, you had it deferred. It's all right. Let's just go to the music.
Here we go.
Got it?
Got it on screen, but when I hit play, yeah, we good. Hold
What
on.
about the music? Let's get up and do my thing. Dun.
There you go.
Okay.
The great rebellion say Helen Van Helen. Inhaling continents may be fatal. Dead angels, halos.
That's
Great
crazy.
clothes, 8 crows, peck death. Switch minds up. Drink blood from a cup. Wizards and
That's a
witch
part,
fables.
Tell you. Yeah.
Wow.
Look, just yep.
You think? That's fire right there.
Mm-hmm.
What you think? I think it's masterful. I think we can just hold it a little longer. Just little stuff. We'll talk about it all day, Flores. And then I think we should just. What do you think is right like that? I think it's just a little bit more. That's fire though. That's fire. If they hold it, I like what he did at the end though. Abraxas 2 coming. We gotta put a date.
Yeah. I think doing that good. I mean, Dave was his thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going. Yeah, you know.
A trailer's supposed to make you want more. I want the album. When is the album coming out? It's supposed to build up anticipation.
Right.
You know, cinematically, they come out with trailers, and 80% of the trailers are trailers. They have nothing to do with the movie.
That's a real.
So you go to the movie based off of the trailer. You're like, oh, I want to see that movie. And he's like, yo, none of that stuff that was in the trailer was in the movie.
Yeah.
Or if it didn't happen the way that they showed it in the movie.
That's
Right.
Because that's a teaser. It's to get you hyped, to let you know, like, all right, this is marketable, it's out, blah, blah, blah. So for people to jump in, for people to tune in, for investors, whatever the case may be. So they're shopping the movie based off of the trailer. So somebody could come give a briefing concept, whatever, and they have a few minutes. So you literally only got a few minutes.
I agree with Aurora. I agree with Aurora though. I think she shouldn't dance. That part is I agree with that part too. I think if she doesn't dance, It's a little bit more. But we'll talk about it, Dave Flores, for real. But I think you all.
It's Elizabeth. It's behind the stained glass, so it's edgy. Right?
Yeah,
so
edgy,
you like it's like, okay, you got this prim proper type of situation. Yeah. That's one aspect. She's pointing at the camera, and the next one
that's hard.
There's a get down. So it's two contrasts in regards to it.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, y'all gonna do what y'all want to do, but I'm just saying that there's a room for the parallel.
Yeah.
So it's like, my fans.
Yeah.
They're kind of kicked back, but also they got turn up in them. You see what I'm saying? So this is Abraxas too. This is for your people, your constituents, your conglomerate. The people that come and tune in. So they're not monolithic. Yeah. They don't look like this. They don't talk like this. They don't move like this. It's all encompassing.
For that head to turn though, that was looking in the mirror from the album cover to bring the album cover to life like that was crazy.
The life, yeah.
Yeah.
It went from the stone, the wooden Pinocchio to Pinocchio the boy.
Yeah.
Geppetto. Oh.
Yeah, shout out.
Yep.
Shout out, I met Aurora Borealis family. He was there at the show.
Good talk.
All right, so let's move on to the music, man. AD.
All right, here we go.
Thorn Promotions. You send in your music, we play it live on the show for Killah Priest and the world to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Ready.
I just fixed it, so next time I play a full screen video, I'm just gonna show the whole of the screen like we do the intro.
Okay.
Because every time I open up a 4K video, it just wants to expand all the way out and it messes me up.
Yep.
Little details. Okay, let's see. We've got we're April 27th. What? May 1st.
I got ones from April 27th.
Yeah, that's from last time. Let's see.
Right.
That's right. Okay, these people submitted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
in
right.
Advance.
Oh yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got an artist from April 27th here named Supreme Leviathon from Baltimore.
Emo.
And the song is called Mothership, New Kemet, featuring Lotus Long and Life, the Oracle.
All
right.
That's Baltimore,
Nice.
man. Emo.
All right, getting it set up right now.
Ravens Super Bowl 2025. No, 2026. I'll just throw that out there. Shout out to y'all.
All right. Shit, hold on. Gotta make sure they can hear it.
Okay.
All right, now we good.
Divine bars, rhyme hard, punch your rapper's throat like a time card in the game. Acting sick, you actors get milk quick like niggas in porn flicks getting their ass licked by white chicks. Either that or Ninja Turtle teams or rhyme schemes, moonwalk on galactic light beams. On the way back to the mothership, my grandmother in the whip, anti-gravity, anti-fossil fuel, solar vehicle powered by God particles and charged melanin. My technique on supreme beats, the equivalent of 80 African elephants. Only God can judge, you get no gavel. Plus the track smack like heroin and rap battles. Fire and hydrogen, reptilian. The universe's turntablism spins. My vocabulary the size of the bones from a Nephilim. Want my verses carved in the windows of churches like Coltrane hymns. Leviathan, I am him.
Hands high if you're feeling the vibe. 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 got your back, it don't stop. The gods are back, it don't stop. I got your back, it don't stop. The gods are back, it don't stop. I got your back, it don't stop. The gods are back, it don't stop. I got your back. Hands high if you're feeling the vibe. 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 The vibe, the vibe.
Yo, a penny for my thoughts is $1 million. Roaming the earth to rub elbows with scholars. Holla, holla, with a hard act to follow. Fake rappers suck, but it's better when they swallow. Running around with their minds hollow. I got a fountain full of knowledge, but rather not be a role model. Instead, I'd rather gobble a docile apostle. Came to disturb your peace and get hostile. Better clutch this like a slut with a clutch chick. Trying to decipher my code, get you busted. Should've trusted your intuition. Tried to school them, but they didn't get it. Must be that the message cryptic. They ain't fit the boxes like losing in Tetris. Get disgusting, I'm fitting out your pearl necklace. So complex, it's often rejected. Many call the truth, only few potent and injected.
Definitive rhyme text, no contest. Make the bass shake Parkinson's and ALS. Supreme Leviathan, the oracle sent the message through ancient Kemetic hieroglyphs. Dismantle your whack rap tunes and leave your chick's wall shot up like a suburban classroom. Left lost ether in the pyramids of Giza. Divine pen, every word a weapon that I'm aiming till I kill a men. And the clergy say amen. So we came with life, the way the womb consumes what came to produce life. Helium for meaning when, so melanin absorbs light. I show you how to write. You want lyrics to the ill? My wordplay is fully blown. Age, your demise will come easy. Eric Wright, you heard it right. Microphone bomb threats while you straight out of concepts. Hip hop shahada, I'm straight out of Shambhala. We them word spitting wizards. Every line is a landmine. Watch your step, nigga.
I got a spaceship, get on my spaceship. I got a spaceship, get on my spaceship, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was Supreme Leviathon.
Yeah. Shout out to them. They killed that.
Right there. Priest said he likes it. That was fire, huh?
Yo, killed it.
They just launched that 6 days ago.
So that's
Priest says.
No. But next level of coming into the Podcraft, they just made themselves known.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bombs away.
Mothership featuring Lotus Long and Life the Oracle. Produced by Supreme Mathematics, DBL Records. That was great. They're asking for any critical feedback. And I got nothing critical to say. That was a great mix. The visuals were incredible.
They looking for something critical?
No. I mean, like, I give them choices on like what kind of feedback they want.
Okay.
So it's like basically if they want us to go into depth or just keep it light. So, I've got nothing critical to say about it. I think it was great. I wouldn't change anything. Yeah. That was just awesome.
Yeah, love your music. Keep doing your thing. Killing it. Alex?
All right, now let's go ahead. What do you think of that?
Hip hop is not dead. It's in Baltimore.
Mm.
They blessed the wind down twice. Down by Law Records, the conglomerate that comes together. So Slick Rick Lowe has a few aliases. So Supreme Leviathan is one of those. And with each alias, he got Slangston Hughes. He got a couple other that are there. So each one he has this persona. So this there's a contingent of the people that said that heaven is in the water, or the aliens came out of the water, not from the sky type of situation. So the Leviathan represents that coming out of that primordial water type of sense. So Supreme Leviathan offers an offering with the Oracle. You see what I'm saying? So she's doing her thing, he's doing their thing, and they have a perfect synergy together that gives you a myriad.
Okay.
She sings and she rhymes. She's a lethal singer and an even more lethal lyricist. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's their mothership. So we have a singer and we have a lyricist in the royal priesthood. She's our mothership, Ty Phoenix. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of synergy with the recognition of why you need to have a Lauryn Hill in your crew, why you need to have a Roxanne Shante in your crew, why you need to have a DeBrat in your crew. It just continues to go. Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Remy Ma, whoever's in that, pantheon, Cyrock, whomever. Why you need to have that in your crew? Why you need to have a Left Eye in your crew? They embody the hunger and the essence where the soul and the rebellion that is hip hop. AD, he does it perfect when he says rhythm and poetry is rap. You see what I'm saying? Rhythm and poetry. So you hear our ascension and our sorrows together personified in one. So you hear that story. Have you ever a girl that you tried to date? Oh yeah, that make love. She wanted you to wait. Rest in peace to Bismarck. So you get the highs and the low. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So they give it and keep the creative license. One of the things in hip hop, for y'all to know, for the artists and the producers and the DJs, was you wanted to be down by law. And KRS-One did it perfect. Down by law meant that you was creative enough that the people in the hood that were the wolves, that were the lions, that were the hyenas, they didn't encroach you. They didn't take nothing from you. You see what I'm saying? They actually protected you. They didn't prey on you. They preyed on anybody who would come against you. This is where the entourage comes from. So Down by Law Records means that they put in the work and the time and the energy to be recognized in that way to earn the respect of their constituents. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Slick Big Low, aka Supreme Leviathan, and Life Oracle, speaking life through her words and through her ways in action. Amazing.
Amazing.
Jeez.
You gotta be out soon.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, so we got speed it.
No, like AD. I was born. Shit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it seemed like
we got
one.
Okay.
You got one more. Okay. Nas, real quick. Who made the video?
Oh yeah.
No, it was produced by Supreme Mathematics. It doesn't say.
Life is in the chat, so she could answer about who made the video. I think I've seen her in the chat just now.
Okay.
I said, I'll tell myself she's dope.
Oh yeah, my dad says she's dope. Shout out to
Slick Vic in the building too. So he's down there. Slick Vic Low.
Word.
Supreme, and they both in the chat.
All right.
Nah, they killed that.
So this last submission is by Tim Heaven. The song is called Monterey Bay.
Urja.
It's we, I not see truth, find strength, minds proof, live right, grow higher, soul bright, inspired. Life's journey deep, I'm walking through the past like Malcolm with the notebook. Questions I still ask through sleepless nights. Questioning what's wrong and right. I turn my doubts and lessons into verses of life. People wrote commandments who chiseled the stone. Was the Moses were aspiring truth to their own. Temples echo sermons, but the silence is loud. Are we seeking salvation or just peace in the crowd? Creation speaks in Fibonacci lines, golden spiral, sacred sign, nature's design. From pyramids to satellites, we reach for the sky, still fighting over gods while the stars pass by. Truth in the doctrines of fire inside, not limited by dogma or the labels we hide. It's we, I and I, see truth, find strength, mind's proof. Live right, go higher, so bright, inspired. Echoes of Socrates tried for his thoughts. History shows us freedom is courage that's bought. From Jonah the stake to Mandela in chains. Voices once silenced, now fueling our flames. Leaders declare vision, but their scripts divide. Wisdom says silent, the ones who ask why. I rebel for revolution with clarity and doubt. Building bridges into spaces, others lock out. The divine is breath, I inhale and I speak. Not to conquer the world, to uplift the weak. Heaven's not a place, it's just state of grace. Where peace ain't promised, it's something we chase. It's we, I and I, see truth, find strength, mind's proof. Live right, grow high, so bright, inspired. Not lost, just evolving through time and reason. Like Harriet's North Star, guiding soul season. If belief needs blindness, I walk with clear sight. Past burning books, towards inner light. Morality's compass in a world gone numb. Where truth is withered and lies beat the drum. Spiritually aware, not bound by fear. Free minds with truth, they were scared to hear. Lies too sacred to surrender the will. We shape destiny, who's paying the bill? Find the truth inside, beyond tradition's cage. Like poets and prophets who redefine the age. It's we, I and I, see truth, find strength, mind's proof. Live right, grow high, so bright, inspired. It's we, I and I, see truth, find strength, mind's proof. Live right, grow high, so bright, inspired.
That was like some Mozart hip hop right there. I kind of dig it. You know, very clean. What you think?
Those are the elegant souls. That was very fond and fascinating.
Yeah.
Bright light, stars in heavens. Keep doing your thing, brother. So much love, man. Mozart's. That's real talk.
You almost got poetic in your response.
Oh yeah, no, this is in my blood.
Bright lights, neon lights.
Nah, it was real talk, real talk though. Shout out to him though, man. He killed it.
Yeah, that was cool. I like the piano. Tim Heaven.
Right, he killed
Monterey
it.
Bay.
Yeah, I needed that. That was a little different. I ain't gonna lie, that was fire though. I like the elegance of it.
Yes, muy elegante. What you think when I was born?
Yeah. Tim Heaven always come through with something ill, something poetic. He said, in essence, peace is not something that we have, it's something that we chase. And peace is the absence of confusion. You know what I'm saying? So when you quiet the mind, when you turn down all of the voices that you succumb to, you in a space that where there is no confusion. And he did it very ill, very eloquent. And you know, anything I hear with the piano, either you do it great or you do it awful. It's one way or the other. You can't fool around on the piano. If you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna show. But if you know what you're doing, yeah, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. And I know AD got in his own because, you know, he's a classical pianist. Not piano player, he's a pianist.
I'm just happy you didn't.
Pianist.
I'm just happy you didn't say pianist.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it like that, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's not incorrect.
Shout
It's
out
just
to
weird.
Tim Haven from giving thoughts from his mind. You see what I'm saying? Something positive, something uplifting, and something in the rhythmic sort of fashion where you got the spoken word element that was ill over the melodic track.
What's the name? I said peace.
Word.
Right
All right.
Okay, so Knowledge Born, Killah Priest is gonna go onto a studio right now. He's got a studio session. I'm gonna keep it going because we got 2 more submissions that we just got.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna have.
I rock with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna rock it out, just me and you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. So yeah. So I guess we
Give us the final word. Give us a solo gem.
a solo gem. I heard. Life is of the essence. Life is infinite. Life is change your perspective of life. Keep going. Keep pursuing happiness. Keep pursuing pleasures and joy and purpose. Your passion, your dreams, everything is attainable. You know what I mean? So keep thinking positive. You know what I mean? Keep changing your perspective. Don't ever get trapped in your darkness. Always look for light. Seek it out. You know what I mean? Much love to y'all. You know what I mean? We out of here. Peace.
Word.
Yep.
Shout out
Yep.
to Solo Jam.
Hey.
For those words of
Peace,
wisdom.
knowledge. Got you.
Peace. Solo gem.
Yeah, man. Peace to the craft, man.
All right, I'm gonna go to our double frame here. I haven't worked out the borders yet. But it's gonna be our dual frame and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got 2 more submissions that hit us up last minute right here. We're about to do it right now. One of them is by an artist named Aurora Borealis from the holy city of New York. He has a track here called The Pope Part 3, produced by Aurora Borealis.
Hip hop pope, the great black hype, ambition. Hope Bob your head to this. I'm the hip hop pope, the great black hype, ambition. Hope Bob your head to this. Yo, my al dope, your al flop like the XY chromosome flip-flop baffle. Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un at the summit, Mount Fuji vomit. Move the crowd, Elijah Muhammad in the body of Pope Benedict XVI. Jesus Christ, the kid is nice walk water. If it was ice, I wish life was easy. They after my life, C-section, dissection. No, I don't know, I saw no the Vatican security. Bodyguards, entourage get more large. Bulletproof cars. Foolproof bars, my words travel meteorites, asteroids, shooting stars. I'm the hip hop pope, the great black hype, ambition. Hope Bob your head to this. I'm the hip hop pope, the great black hype, ambition. Hope Bob your head to this. Yo, this MC deceased you like a disease. Have you begging, screaming, please? I got the right true kid. Live the life of good deed, you liar. Get scorched by my microphone fire. What you see from the soil I done foil. Ain't no 911 call when you crawl like that. Other feet, this sword swinging. In the hand of Jesus, lyrical thesis. City of Ephesus, boy, legion, bubonic plague. Each page, face your own fate. Mad Max, wasteland, they all told contraband, quicksand, this man.
All right. You know, I'm going to give him credit because, you know, we've heard this before. But it sounds like he revised it. Sounds like he redid it. Sounds like he changed the mix. And by comparison, that was a lot better. Just by comparison from what he did before, his hook was better, delivered. Of course, there's always things he can fix up. But, man, because I've heard the different drafts of that song, this is the best draft so far. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give him that credit. And the hook kind of is a little catchy. You know? It's strange, but I'm so used to hearing it because he submitted that before. I knew what I was going to hear. And it was somewhat catchy. I was kind of bobbing my head to this. What you think?
I could point to where the hook was. I could point to where he was going to rhyme. So yeah, we both heard this track before. We heard it in its infancy. Now we're hearing it in its mastery space. So that means that the things that he's ingesting and taking in, he's applying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's still him. He's still going to do, Aurora's going to do what he does. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But understanding the space for it to be pristine, where you want it. You're like, all right, I want this. I could use this for that. I could use this for this. And that was the intended tool of the artistry. You want it to be a multi-use versus a one-dimensional tool, because they use the hip-hop to sell everything. So with it sounding clean, and you have spaces that you could use. You could use the hook for something. You could use the verse for something. But he's saying things lyrically too, where you like, oh, okay, I hear you, Aurora. And that's all I ever wanted. AD, from the first day, right? I want to hear you, because I'm hearing you're saying things. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, don't make me struggle to hear it in order for me to discern whether you have that set ability. You have that ability as a lyricist, as a storyteller, to paint a picture. So the pen and the pad is your canvas, and the mic is your sword that you wield. So as much clarity as they can get to discern through the beat, because the beat sounds Killah Army. You see what I'm saying? And now you in the midst of it, dueling, and you're doing battle. So if you, the hip hop's Pope, that means that the false Pope, with that passing, that idol is taken down. So now they're looking to you for hope, not just the Pope or whatever. So now you have to deliver on that promise. If that's where you stand, or if that's where you sit, then what you profess out of your tongue with everything that you do marries together with that. So something beautiful, man. Something beautiful.
Yep.
I wanted to hear that hook again on the way out. That's the only thing that I'll say. I wanted to hear it on the way out. I was waiting. I'm pointing like, where's it at? Like, I needed it.
It's strange because he has this song called The Pope, and like the Pope just recently passed. There's a whole
it's prophetic
thing about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that
it's prophetic.
If he wants to keep rapping about the Pope, that'll be some content he can use. You know, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So shout out to Aurora for all those improvements. That's cool, man. Doing his thing. Next up, we have an artist named Davey Blaze, and his song is called Play 15 Seconds to 3:25. It's called Legend of Davey Blaze. All right, here we go. 15 seconds.
Fucking up your pen and shit. You fill my breath with the pestilence. As heaven sent that version of Johnny Blaze with 2 blades and a reverend. Run, but you can't like the revenant. You poke the grizzly, and now your ass is history. It's a cold winter as I march at 8 in April. And I shitted out the hateful, so I make it through June's glooms with visions like shrooms. As the cancer comes home to his own bed in his room. Sparks flying on the 4th of July. Night is bright, flashes of lights and millions of stars. But I feast on the ones from the east. The crab got out of his bucket. You can't dwarf me or stop me from metamorphing. You'll see the Lord be where my swords be. Like David's cold stone served on a summer day. As you can lay with your dome gone, your soul not quite on its way, but hell is imminent. Shit talking hypocrites get all the attention they wanted. As I feel go punted a bitch, yo, and it's good. Direct snap, so fast there's no time to react. Rhymes not even rapping, I'm rhyming with that. In fact, I'm just talking and talking a lot of crap. Haven't taken a lot of that myself. It's good for my health. It's bad for yours. You manifested this. You're using my fist to hit yourself. And fist models with perfect symmetrical tits. Doing every drug and banging on them like a thug. Only to get an eternal burn on your rug. Magic rug, ha. You thought you was flying. In hindsight, he was dying. This whole time he was feeding the flesh. When your soul was dying, complaining, now crying. Blaming everyone else for lying. And at day's end, half of your brain produces it while the other half buys it from the river of the Nile. Take care of the babies, cause the next one's crazy. Crazy. It's coming soon to your tomb. The angels of Euphrates. I'ma rip you like all of Jack's ladies. You hear that? That's the fat lady. As she's singing. Get the picture? It's all over, you poser. One less leaf on the clover. Sporting all that green doesn't make you a soldier. Your ass is grass, I'm the lawnmower. Blast so fast that your last facial expression was that of your fictitious laugh. This is not a thesis, it's a fun fact. Your colon snap, feces when your head snap back. Spineless jellyfish, we noticed the gerbil trying to get out on furlough. What's up with that? Said he wanted to go work at the cemetery, digging out the holes like the lost souls of Tom and Ron Jeremy and those furry little animals that scary. Yeah, kill myself, set up shot in hell, dwell, tell you were right when you died. And meanwhile, I beat the fuck out of my dick so it's so thick and swollen by the time you get down there. I'll split your shit in 2 pieces. Talking about your soul. You're leaving your empathy from Jesus to save you, just so we can repeat it. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. You feel the pain, double A. My hypothesis is this: you should have not fucked with me. You can't fuck with me. Now it's time for the world to see your shitty souls. Sagale, 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 sagale.
All right, Knowledge Born. What you think about that?
Oh,
How you like them apples?
I buy that for $1. What do you say?
RoboCop.
Man, every time I have a moment where I love DJ Blazer, he does something where I'm like, why for?
Why for?
Yeah, why for? Like, G. Willikers Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
huh?
The concept is there. Like, he starts in a place and he ends in a place that I couldn't expect. So that's a credit to him with the versatility and creativity as an artist. But I want to follow along in the story. So Alice in Wonderland or Little Red Riding Hood, over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. If you have a starting point and an ending point, you're taking the listener on a journey. So paint the picture. You're telling us a story. Like, you start off astrologically and then you end up in hell, and on the way to hell, you're doing some things to prepare you for hell. Like, I'm bugged out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm bugged out a little bit. And in the middle, I don't know if you paying recompense to somebody who wronged you or did you dirty. I hear all of it, but I want to hear it cohesively to say, this is it. You know, I'm not an Eminem fan, but if Eminem made you the topic of discussion, you're the whole discussion. You see what I'm saying? So it's something cohesively that you could point to. It's like, all right, so if it was his mother or his baby mother, whatever, whomever, whatever, they were the guest of the point of focus. So if astrology is your point of focus, then make it astrology. If whoever pissed you off or wronged you, that's the point of focus, make that the point of focus. If this is what my ride looked like going into hell was the focus, then make that the focus. I don't want to have to try to discern what it is. I can hear what it is, I can pick up, but the average listener don't want to go through all of that to try to figure out what you're talking about, who you're talking about, where you're talking about, because there's something vivid. Like, if I saw that video and you did all of that through the video, I could understand. I could walk with you. But just lyrics alone, I have to try to discern where you at and where you're going. And it's a dope beat, and you're coming with it lyrically. I just want to know what the point of focus was. You could pick one of those or none of those, and stick to it.
You know, it's the way people make hip hop nowadays. They do it kind of for themselves, it seems. If you guys are familiar with a painter named Vincent van Gogh, so Vincent van Gogh was a painter that he basically was making paint to express his inner world and emotions. He didn't do it for fame or fortune, you know what I'm saying? So during his lifetime, he sold a bunch of paintings, and they were mostly they weren't even recognized. So he did like 2,000 artworks, and he was struggling with mental health and poverty and all this stuff. And then his brother Theo supported him financially and emotionally. And then so despite his crazy life, his art just blew up. You know what I'm saying? But it was therapeutic that he was doing art in the first place. So I feel like, you know, maybe for David Blazer and for a lot of people, like they're making this art for themselves right now as a form of therapy, as a form of expression, to let some steam out. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone who goes to the gym is trying to be ripped. Some people are going to the gym just to let off some steam, to lower anxiety, to relieve themselves in some way. You know what I'm saying? So if it's sometimes interesting when you see people rapping and flowing and freestyling, it isn't so much so that they're attempting to create poetry per se, but they're exercising. So, you know, freestyling and rapping in itself is a form of exercise. And, you know, you get better with it in time and stuff like that. But it's interesting to see some artists who seem to be in the phase of like, hey, I'm doing this for my exercise. This is therapy for me. This is a release. And you can hear it in the lyrics, you know, because it's sometimes the content will reveal that, hey, this guy's going through something. You know what I'm saying? It may not rhyme. It may not even have the structure and the proper cadence for an actual lyrical piece, but you know, some freestyles might be just meant for that artist. So, and it's cool because we have this song promotion segment, and this kind of allows people to promote that, even if they're not even trying to release a song that's going to be the next, you know, banger. They're releasing music and getting it out there enough for them to feel a sense of dopamine hit and therapy. What do you think?
AD, if you don't make this what you just said as a clip,
man,
I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset. I can't because it is so ill that you encapsulate something that I would say and me say something that you would say at the same time. Like, so it's a beautiful change. Like, I would say what you would say. I said what you would say in the same time. You see what I'm saying? Like, that was beautiful.
I see that. I do see you, because you do say many profound things too. But like, this was just kind of what I was feeling, because I just hearing his lyrics made me realize that maybe I think this is like a therapy for him. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the therapy is there. You know, you talked about it. Rhythm and poetry, rhythm and blues, R&B. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, R.A.P.
You know, so it comes from the blues. So the blues becomes something. Now you put rhythm with it, it becomes something. There's a creative outlet. I'm writing this song and performing this song because this music is healing to me. You don't know my maladies, right?
Yeah.
Ghostface talked about Iron Man. He didn't like Iron Man. Ghostface will tell you he don't like Iron Man.
Interesting.
It's not that he doesn't like Iron Man per se. He doesn't like where he was in his life when Iron Man came out. So it bleeds through. It bleeds through. So we talk to artists and we talk to creators. We talk to masterminds all the time. But we don't talk to them truly about the time-space continuum that they were in when they created whatever we deem as a masterpiece or a magnum opus.
It's funny
if it's fun, we can hear fun. But if it's tragedy, we might not know that it was tragedy and tragic for them. We might ask them about the worst time of their life, but that's the time where they get the most attention based off of that. Like Mary J was borderline suicidal with My Life.
Oh, wow.
So you hear My Life, you like, damn, My Life was my album, blah, blah, blah. You might have shed some tears, whatever the case may be. but you're in the mind state of what she was at that time when she was creating it. So they're like, oh yeah, sing my life. She's like, oh, it hurts her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we never know what the artist goes through or where the artist was. So again, back to your point about this is their therapy. Like Sean Price had the song Therapy and he had the song Hold Your Head. Him and Rockness, they're both on that song together. So this is that kind of through line to where it is. And if you fast forward, like a Kendrick Lamar has an album about mental health before this whole diss situation encapsulates that. He's talking about his own mental health. He's talking about the quote unquote demons that he has to fight in order to do whatever it is. So the vocalization and the outcry is there. So how many of those records that we love might have been birthed out of that situation versus something happy? Something that I said to Priest, I was like, yo, Priest, how much fun are you having right now? He laughed like, dang, like you could recognize that because it shines through if you're looking for that. But if you're looking for bear witness as an exercise of exorcism, you're going to get that. That's what you're going to get. If you're looking for a heavy mental, we don't know how heavy his mental was crafting that song, that album 98. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we could only deduce. So yeah, thank you for giving that, jewel in regards to like, hey, this is therapy and this is a place where we give you a voice because you might feel voiceless, you might feel hopeless, and your life is valuable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's beautiful.
Hip hop has that power, man. Thank you very much. That was cool. It's funny you mentioned that Ghostface doesn't like Iron Man because he calls himself Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So there's that connection.
And the first Iron Man movie, Ghost is in it.
What?
You remember or no?
Ghostface was in the first Iron Man movie?
Yeah. Yeah. He's there performing at a party at Tony Stark's crib.
What?
Yeah. Look, you about to click. Go ahead and click.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he's there. He's there performing at the joint. You see what I'm saying? So that's the relationship where the comics that impress upon you as an individual, where the art becomes life and life becomes art.
It was a deleted scene though.
No.
No?
It's a real scene.
Is it when they're in Dubai?
They're at Tony Stark's house and he's there. The first Iron Man.
Oh damn. Hold on, it's on World Star. Hold up.
So that's Pepper coming in to see Tony laid up.
What happened here?
Broken glass.
What's the emergency?
I would like to throw a party.
Huh.
So could you get the house in Dubai ready, please?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Thanks.
That's part one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Tony, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Tony.
I don't remember this at all.
Good stuff.
That's my job, baby. Right there.
I'm fixing it.
How you doing? Good to see you still.
Oh,
Hey, George.
I need the guest.
Done deal.
Okay.
You know him?
Pepper Potts. Hey-oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this Iron Man. Oh yeah, they're not playing the music. This is the oh, they used a green screen there, huh?
Tony Stark.
Oh, there's Ghost.
Yeah.
Do you
See?
remember me?
Yep.
Go back, AD.
Do you remember Tony Stark?
Hey.
Tony Stark. Tony.
Is that the only spot? No, he's right
He
here.
performs in the joint. Yeah.
He's right here too. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Yo.
See what I mean? We'll pause it right there. Look,
Just
look.
bring it back full of gas and everything's. Yes. Hi.
Pause it, AD.
That's for you. For my
Wait, he's still going.
Good evening. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 5.
I remember that part.
He's in the purple. You see what I'm saying? He's in the purple.
Shall
He's
we?
in the royalty space. Like, this is ill.
Yo.
Pots. Cue the fireworks in 5. Okay? Honestly, I'm not.
That's crazy. And no wonder he has so much Iron Man around his promotion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make zoom. There we go. Yo, that's cool.
Yeah, and he performs there too. So it's there. So you get that cameo, the spot, everything all together. That's what it is.
Dang, Tony Stark's, man. That's cool. Now I see the connection because I always kind of wondered how come he went with that.
But he
connection.
does Iron Man, and he does like the Tony Stark situation on most of his albums in as a backdrop.
That's dope.
Like Inspector Deck had the Spider-Man situation. So Inspector Deck's real album that never came out, that got lost in the flood, was
Yeah.
based off The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay,
And
okay.
not only did everybody pick somebody that's the mafioso, they all had their own superhero type situation. So if you hear you got super friends, wake up, to like go and make beats. You see what I'm saying? So like they had their own super friends type of situation. Everybody had their own kind of thing, their own kung fu thing, their own, you know what I mean? Like mafioso thing. Everybody had their own thing. So Raekwon's album that turns 30 this year, along with Jizz's album and Dirty's album and Takal's album, they all turned 30 this year because it's 95. Everybody had to become somebody different.
Wow.
So, Master Killah becomes Noodles from Once Upon a Time in America, you know, who is Robert De Niro's character in that movie. So everybody becomes somebody, you know. Raekwon becomes Lex Diamond. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody has that whole thing. You see what I'm saying? Johnny Blaze, no doubt, coming through. You know what I mean? Like everybody becomes somebody for that. Lou Diamond, Tony Starks, Wu Gambinos. Everybody has an alter ego that becomes somebody in that pantheon.
Nice. That's cool, man. Well, hey, that completes the song promotion segment for today. I don't think we have any feature presentations. But that is it for today. Any last announcements before we close out?
Wear more Killah Priest.
Mm.
Play more Killah Priest. Drink more Killah Priest. Tequila
Hey.
Priest. Drink more Tequila Priest. Shout out to you, AD.
Thank you.
Wednesday on the wind down, we're going to have some special guests, but we're also going to, you know, kind of tailor that to the Love and Loyalty Brooklyn to Orlando space. So we're cooking up some special guests, and just be on the lookout for that. So shout out to you, AD, and shout out to the Podcraft for being in rotation. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. And y'all
Nice.
are on Sunday, right?
Yeah, we're all set for Sunday.
Yeah.
But then the following Sunday, we're off because of Mother's Day. But then we're back on again with a guest that Priest has. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right.
So shout out to you. Shout out to the fam. Play more Killah Priest. Happy albumversary, second albumversary of The Forest. The Forest was something that was a healing after Mother. Mother was something for those who had lost a parent, who had lost a mother or who had lost a parent. That was a healing for us. So The Forest was something to get us to consider our nature. So our mother nature, our father nature, our child nature. So with the childlike wonderment was something that was a testament to greatness. So go get the vinyl, lock it up, cage it up. You understand what I'm saying? Get a couple of copies, one for you to play and one for you to give as an inheritance to your future generations. And shout out to John Newsom for his work with that adaptation. And shout out to Dave Flores for China Ants and Bees and all of the producers who worked on that album. And, shout out to Solo Gems for collaboration on God Nature and Kazodiak for the T mix or the Z mix of Seasons. It was epic. So all of the offerings that went into one of those magnificent magnum opus from Priest, but we here in the lane of Abraxas and we waiting for Abraxas 2. So
that's
the
what's
saga
up.
continues.
That's what's up. All right, shout out to everybody who joined. Oh, also, we have a new sponsor. It's called Xclusive Direct. Let me see. I'm gonna bring it up on screen. Hold on a second. Xclusivedirect.com. If y'all looking for some merchandise, some fresh gear, stay fresh, stay exclusive. Bam. Y'all could check out. Got some Wu-Tang shirts.
What?
Wu-Tang CDs, vinyl.
What?
Yeah.
AD, please send me that link. Please.
Yeah, I'll send you that link. Exclusive Directs with an X.
Yeah.
The links in the description and all and everything. But yeah, if y'all want the basic Wu-Tang shirt and like just the basic stuff.
These are all collector's items.
Yeah.
Any Wu-White is supposed to have these, like they're there for the low because I've seen some astronomical prices. AD, the Legend of Wu-Tang came out. My son was born.
Oh, wow.
I was, what I'm saying? It's around the same time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that. I was watching that DVD, you know what I'm saying? Like, in Germany, overseas, while, he was coming out of the womb. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
It was definitely epic. And shout out to GB, aka Gerald Barclay. He had everything to do with that right there. And, he's been on the wind down. So
that's what's up.
Dope.
All right. So thanks to everybody. All those links are in the description. And we'll see y'all on Thursday for this Podcraft. But on Wednesday, you've got the wind down.
Peace.
That's what's up. See y'all next time. Hold up. Get my applause going. Yeah.
I'm from a futuristic district, Hasidic mystic. My name in crucifixes. The game is like a voodoo business. I think a stranger, think a guru listen. I'm sipping guru witches, about to lose my spirit, choose your riches. I'm so slick, I can move in pitches. Mile of bees beneath the olive tree. A Buddha's vision, Kabbalah reads astrology. Harsh reality, recite the mantras to conquer the monsters. Forefathers brought upon us. Ultramagnetic, Semitic, the world spinning hectic. I Pearl Jam in my records, refreshing. God genetics, curses and blessings. God greatest design. The world noticed me. I plant seeds in your mind and grow poetries. Yeah. Holy men, the Babylonian, Macedonian. I rap from podiums. My wrath kill phony Cubans, Siconians. Mesopotamian rap, cranium crack codes, Alva Pharaoh, Black Rose, Michelangelo, disciple red granite flow, golden antelope, Hopi chief poetry's deep. The holy will speak, the dead will rise. Ethiopian priests anoint me. Come join me, clairvoyancy, see what's in my mind. Throwing Samson tantrums, punch the ground, leave a canyon, just anthem. Priesthood, Ayatollah. Priesthood, Ayatollah. Priesthood, Ayatollah. Battle of the locusts, hold a lotus. Like a monk when he's focused. 9 months in the yoga, my energy becomes solar. Up the crystal halls, cosmic thoughts. Step on comments when I walk. The depths of the conscious when I talk. The world I live in is between the Bible and Zechariah stitching. Between the lie and fiction. So say I'm a little off, like Dr. Malachi York. But speak on fantasies like Mr. Rock. We from different forks. Solar, polar regions. I kill ultra demons. My spaceship's here. See the frost, I'm leaving. Priest, yeah. Ayatollah. Priesthood. Ayatollah. Priesthood. Ayatollah. Priesthood. Ayatollah. Priesthood. 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 Priesthood.